I'm still hearing some things at a delay, some technical stuff going on, but we're all right. We're here, we're live, and we are ready to roll. Babylon 5 Season 2, we're back after 1 week of spending time with our dear friend Swappers from Star Wars Retold. If you haven't checked that out, please check out last week's episode and the most recent Chapter 12 of Star Wars Retold on the channel by the same name. Tonight, we're doing Season 2 Babylon 5, as we've been doing. We're on episode 12 now. I believe it's 12. Acts of Sacrifice. There's going to be some sacrificing going on. Basically, some of the folks need to make some sacrifices for the future, sacrifices for the goals, playing the long game as opposed to looking for instantaneous results, that sort of thing. Really deep messages in this one. And so it's solo. Next week, we're going to do probably 2 episodes in one. I think Hunter Prey and, what is that? The one after Hunter Prey we'll be doing next week. But anyway, let's have a little bit of fun here. I'm going to introduce our first panelist here. This is a gentleman who you might say is Colin, the Hooded Man. How you doing, sir?
Definitely have to bring that in if we do that one. I think the next one is now for a word where the ISN turn up on the station.
No, it's another name. It's the one where Hunter Prey is where the doctor is loose on Babylon 5, and then the one after is when a Mimbari gets Sheridan in trouble.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's something like There the Horror Lies.
There
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, because I thought we were doing the children, because I know we were saying there wasn't that much.
Yeah, well, I'm going to combine those two together. Yeah. Last night, it was a combination of things. It was like I was running out of steam. It's been a long week, and I was running out of steam, and at the same time, I was like, no, I want to include this. No, I want to, I'm just too much.
You discovered that there was too much in it to do. That's fair enough.
Yeah, well, there's, allowing us time to speak. The slides aren't super heavy, but I know we're going to want to talk about some things. So, let us see here. What do we have? I don't even recognize. Okay, there we go. All right, here we go. So this lady has a little bit of an announcement to make. So I'm going to do her second. Let's do Dutch first. This is the Dutch gradient, that angle that the Dutch use right here.
Hey, what the hell are we supposed to use, man? Harsh language?
I'd like to keep this handy for close encounters.
I heard that.
Hello, sir.
It's very handy for close encounters. And hello, how are you gentlemen tonight?
Good. And, I guess actually it's the Deutsch, the Germans, that came up with that angle.
Indeed it is. But it's like still called the Dutch angle.
Yeah. Just because, that's what we call it. Like Germans that go to Pennsylvania are called the Pennsylvania Dutch. And
that's correct. And that's why so many towns in America are called Germantown. Oh, wait.
Yeah. Well,
because linguistically speaking, people knew what Dutch meant. They didn't necessarily know what Deutsch meant.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they're close enough to each other to be mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Well, no one's going to mistake this lady. Please welcome my dear lady wife, Liza Sahido from the Psyche Electroacoustic Opera Company. Now, Liza, you have a link that you're going to be sharing, I think, for folks after the stream. If you
Oh,
have a
yes,
chance,
a
there's a
link.
video that
Yes.
Liza has just released, and I'll let you introduce the video, but the whole idea is that the more views this gets, the more opportunities it will unfold for Liza in the future. So, would you tell us what the video is about?
Well, more importantly, if you're a guitar enthusiast, any type of guitar enthusiast, and you're a bit bummed by what's happening in the overall music community right now, I have a lighthearted, fun video about my area of the guitar world, the cigar box guitar. And in this video, you'll see a what I like to call a top shelf whiskey build. Musically collaborate with one of my rustic homemade whiskey sliders. So if you're interested, if you're curious, please do go to my channel, watch my latest video.
What do you mean by whiskey sliders?
Well,
don't
you
do
have
You'll have
top,
to tune in to find out.
you know, I'm going to leave it right there. That's perfect. Yes.
That's called a teaser.
Yes.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
So, World
Although-
of Swap Shop.
Although I will still point out, because it drives me nuts. Granted, that's a short trip. Every time somebody says whiskey, it's like, what kind of whiskey? There's no such thing as just whiskey. There's Canadian whiskey, there's Tennessee whiskey, there's bourbon whiskey, there's rye whiskey. There's all kinds of whiskey.
As long as it's whiskey of life, because that's what it comes from.
Whiskey of life?
Whiskey Bach, Gaelic for water of life, if I recall correctly.
No lie.
Uh-huh.
Aqua
I believe so.
Vitae.
Now
Yeah,
I'm reading
Aqua
it-
Vitae in other European countries means brandy, typically.
Like aquavita means exactly the same thing. It's Latin for water of life.
Yeah, but I've heard it referred to as brandy.
Is moonshine considered water of life?
Oh, absolutely.
In the South.
Can't
I
live
guess.
without it.
Awesome.
No, I
Awesome.
moved to Tennessee, not far from Kentucky. I mean, I'm in the heart of whiskey territory, and I've never heard that, Colin. Thank you for that.
That's
Oh,
okay.
a couple shout outs here. World of Swap Shop was on with us last week doing Star Wars Retold. I did announce that, but I am working swappers. As I've told you on X, Colin turned me on to Robin of Sherwood, the old British series. 3 seasons of Robin Hood stories, and it's pretty good stuff. So I'm practicing my British accent because I would need to do the voice of Ray Skywalker.
Oh, God.
Although that sounded more New York than.
I guess that means I'm no longer in.
No, you're still in. You could be Ray as much as you want. But I think we're going to just record this stuff and let Swappers get the recordings, and he does whatever he does. Also, Eraserhead is in the chat. Tomorrow we're doing week 3 of talking about Crusade, why it didn't quite work compared to Babylon 5. That was the spin-off series. It didn't quite work. It was canceled. I think there's 13 episodes that were released, and we've been talking about why it didn't quite work out.
Yeah.
Well, it's a number of factors. I mean, it's sad because actually, when watching it, it's almost like, oh, it shouldn't have done that. No. And
There were 2
we were
episodes.
cheering for it, but of course,
we were cheering for it. There were 2 episodes that you felt like, oh, the series has potential, and then you keep watching and it's like, no, flat on its face, a no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was I don't know, that box that Gideon was talking to out of nowhere. It's like, why are you talking to? Where'd that come from?
Yeah, that was annoying to me. That was
Why
so
did it look like it
annoying.
was a wall on construct?
Yeah. Yeah, that
didn't.
just
Look at
threw
that
me
pat-
for a loop.
Uh,
Oh, well.
it did look like a Vorlon box, didn't it, Colin?
Yeah, I mean the patterning and the rest of it. That's
Yeah,
very
they wanted
Vorlon-y.
to bring back the Vorlons in the worst way ever. And,
Yeah, the magic box.
I
But
mean,
anyway.
Yeah. Eraserhead. My goodness, why did you get us into watching Crusade? That was the
It wasn't his
saddest
fault. I think Goat.
thing
I think
ever.
Goat came up with the idea, and Eraserhead said, "Sure, he's a glutton for punishment."
I actually, when I watched it, I must admit I haven't rewatched it, but I quite enjoyed parts of it when I watched it.
Mm. Well, I mean, there's things like it's better than other stuff in that I like sci-fi themes. I don't need more lawyers and cops and stuff like that. So it's welcome in that way, but where it could have been compared to Babylon 5, it's like, oh.
I think I've just realised where I got the inspiration from for all my sci-fi characters who are linguistic archaeology experts.
Ooh.
They're all Max.
Oh, Max. Oh, yeah. Well, he was a pretty good character, kind of interesting and all that, but they didn't know where they were going with the captain, Gideon.
No.
I don't know.
He had potential, yeah, and you're right. They had no idea what they wanted to do with the captain, and they changed his morals and changed his character episode to episode.
Yeah.
You know.
But one thing, he never lets anyone be abandoned.
Yep.
Just so you know. Well, no, they just kept reminding us of that.
They say it, but they never demonstrate it.
Oh, one time I think with Lockley, when she was picked up because the senator was trying to get...
So we're in a series where we're going wherever we need to go to find this cure to the rat plague. Okay, as long as there's no more than 2 weeks away from Babylon 5.
Right. And they spend, at least the episodes that they made, they spend most of those episodes not looking for the cure.
Yeah, we know.
So it was really annoying. It's like, it looks like you really didn't want to do this.
Well, the thing is,
kind of like Star Trek Voyager, where they spent most of the episodes not trying to get home.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, Voyager had a different feel. You know, you were there for the ride, Dutch. You weren't there just to see the crew of the Voyager get home. But here, it's
just
like,
to see horny lizards.
Of all the stories they could have pursued after Babylon 5, the telepath war, the problem with the Earth government, because there was still so much corruption with the Earth government, the rebuilding of Narn, the rebuilding of the Centauri Prime, and this and that. They went with this.
Some of that was covered in the books, but originally, as I recall, the original idea was they would have found the cure for the Black Plague at the end of season 1. A lot of it was supposed to be about the corruption and about the leftover shadow tech, apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently, a lot of it was they would actually be sort of on the run in effect. But obviously, it never got beyond halfway through season 1, so we never got to see that.
Yeah.
But Colin, they didn't even address other Drak or shadow technology in the thing.
No.
They sidestepped the mission from episode to episode, as if it's like, we don't really want to, talk about this. It's like, let's do an episode where humans were making crop circles on another planet, and weird Eraserhead. You have no idea how upset I am at you, man.
Well,
how many hours did we
don't
spend
blame him.
watching?
It was the eclectic goat that decided to do this. It's her
Eclectic
channel.
Goat?
It's her channel.
OMG.
Eraserhead is alongside. He's on the ride with
say,
me
what was
and
with
Jacob
Mexican
Ironside.
people?
So that'll be tomorrow around 7 p.m. Eastern U.S. time.
Does that mean we're going to start talking about Babylon 5 now?
Yeah,
Mike,
we are.
Are you here for the 15
No,
minute or the
Dutch
full 30
Gradient.
minutes?
We cannot talk about Babylon 5 because I am still upset about Crusade.
Really?
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, no.
Mike says, I'm here for an argument. Mike, you have come on a good day, Mike. You want to jump on, Mike?
Yeah, as I said. Mike, the question is, are
you
here
can
for the
email
10-minute
Mike the
argument,
link
the
if
full
he's
30
available.
Oh, go ahead, Colin. I'm sorry.
Yes, sorry.
I just want to know if is Mike here for the 10-minute argument or for the full 30 minutes, full half hour.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're going to get
No
on
Monty
with
Python
acts of
fans here.
sacrifice here, because we're seeing
Yeah, I know
the first
how
act
to
of
sacrifice feel.
Yeah, well, this is the first one. Now, I didn't count them throughout. We'll count together as we watch this stuff. But this is the first act of sacrifice. I mean, there is a theme. It's a good title. And there is a theme throughout. And the first act is this Narn heavy cruiser here that basically has... where is my... There it is. There we go. It has this crew of heroes here. And you see they all have the puffy things around their necks like that other guy. So it must be standard flight gear. Yeah, it's standard flight gear. It's like a converted water wing for the neck. But anyway, these guys realize that there is a civilian transport that now that they're under attack from the Centauri that are just basically driving them out of here, they know that this civilian transport is filled with women and children, and they need to get them out. And so this military vessel is going to basically get in the way between the Centauri attackers and the civilian transport. And that's kind of like a blurry version of it right there.
This reminded me of a Star Trek Next Generation episode, yesterday's Enterprise, when the Enterprise C comes through a rift in space and changes all of history to where the Federation is losing a war against the Klingons. Tata Yar is alive again. There's all these things going on, and finally they realize nothing will be solved by the Enterprise C staying in the here and now. But if she goes back through the rift and, sacrifices her own act of sacrifice to save the Klingon colony, that could restore the timeline to where it's supposed to be. And the Klingons show up as the Enterprise C is limping back through the hole. And Picard is like, put us between the Klingons and the Enterprise C. And he becomes the first starship captain in Star Trek history to man the phasers himself and take out a Klingon ship. Kirk never did it. Sisko never did it. Janeway never did it. Picard is the only one to do it up till what, Enterprise maybe?
I mean, it's to I get it. I mean, to be fair, it's a reasonably often military trope. I mean, what's coming to my mind at the moment is I've currently got Farewell Thunderchild from Jeff Wayne's World of Words going into my head, where the Thunderchild turns back to attack the tripods to save civilian transports.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Well, that's what they're doing here, and basically, it's the supreme sacrifice. They're giving their lives, and it's one of those things where, shall we say, members of the Narn military or Space Force, whatever they call it, are, basically putting themselves in the line of fire for the civilians so the civilians can escape. But the bad guys are the Centauri for firing on civilian vessels.
Well, yeah.
And
of course they have. Go ahead.
I'm sorry we didn't get to see the Centauri fighters because they look so much like the Death Gliders from Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I guess it was hard. I don't know. I just didn't get a screenshot of them. I was trying to just whittle it down. And, but yeah, the good thing about the Centauri fighters is it is fitting with the theme of their vessels. That crest shape, you see it artistically implemented in a lot of their designs. So it's like something culturally significant.
The odd thing, though, is that so many of these ships, fighters and the like, a lot of them tend to be, especially the fight type, they all tend to be semi-streamlined. Why do you need to be streamlined in space?
Yeah, you don't. The
if
the expanse handled that
yeah,
brilliantly.
it did. Yeah.
Well,
And I mean, if they're that more capable, yes, but they're just space fighters or something. Admittedly, it looks a lot cooler, a sort of a
oh,
blocky.
yeah.
Sure.
You can get on Mr. Brown's tournament of spaceships if you're good looking
Yeah,
and stuff like that. I don't know if you saw that a few years ago. Mr. Brown
I
did
did.
that.
Yep. I
Yeah.
remember voting. I remember proposing the Eagle Transporter
Mm.
and the Liberator.
Yeah, the Babylon 5 ships didn't do that well. I guess, they had the Agamemnon there, but I think the Narn heavy cruisers do look cool too, except when they're getting blown up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, the Star Furies in particular are probably the best when it comes to the actual physics and so on and so on. The Star Furies are probably the best space fighters in science fiction because they use physics. They turn because they're deliberately designed so they can turn in space, and that does not stop them going backwards.
Yep.
They can turn and fight. Things like this. They,
Well,
I mean, all of them, but the Star Furies in particular, probably because they're the ones we see most, are designed very well for that. For space.
Yeah, it's sad that the Star Wars contingent gave them issues, saying it was too similar to an X-wing. Of course,
Which is ludicrous.
The case didn't win, but the thing is, it doesn't have nearly as long of a body. The X-shaped things don't close; they're not really wings. I mean, it looks different. There's just an X shape there. That's all. Well, anyway. Now, Dutch, I think this conversation is one of the poignant ones, so I included all the subtitles here. I don't know if you want to do this.
I'll be glad to read it, yes. 5,000 of my people died in the battle you've just seen. The Centauri attacked without warning, despite the promise not to strike civilian targets. Had our ships not arrived in time, had they not made the supreme sacrifice to save the civilian colonist population, the Centauri would have slaughtered everyone. Females, children, excuse me, the old, the infirm, everyone, without cause. I thought Londa was going to be here to make a rebuttal. He's issued a statement saying his government didn't break its promise. He accuses the Narn of deliberately placing military targets in the civilian population.
Sorry, I'm slow on that.
That's okay. In order to use their own people as shields. He also said the escaping transport contained weapons, not refugees.
Now
That's a lie!
No, yeah, that's what Jakar says, but this is something that occurs in conflicts all the time, and anybody who's just an observer listening to news, all you can do is just kind of trust your side, but you never know for sure.
Well, Sheridan's line here, I think Sheridan's line here is very, very appropriate.
Yeah, but Jakar says, that's a lie! These are atrocities! Don't you see that? You must see that! Jakar, everyone in this room knows too well the first casualty in war is always the truth. Unfortunately, the rest always seem to be too small or too weak to defend themselves.
Yeah, Franklin came in with that line.
Yeah, that's why I chose this voice, because this is my Franklin voice. Then you believe me. You'll intervene. I can't promise anything, but I'll talk to my government. That's all I ask. If Earth takes a stand, the rest will follow. I know they will. Thank you, Captain. And all I could think was, Sheridan, this is where you say, Jakar, don't get your hopes up.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been something good to say because maybe Jakar is judging the Earth government by how Sheridan behaves, but Sheridan is an outlier. You know, the corruption on Earth needs to be explained to Jakar here. And it's like, look, these guys that run our government,
Yeah, because right now all Jakar knows is that Sheridan is Earth's representative on the station.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
starts bringing up an interesting question, though. Shouldn't Jakar's counterpart on Earth be making this comment to President Clark? Isn't that what a non-ambassador on Earth
Well-
should be doing? And there should be a non-ambassador on Earth. Just as a thought. I mean, obviously, this is expect on Babylon
Well,
5.
do
it's
they-
basically
Do
fake.
they have an ambassador on Earth?
Maybe not, because this guy, the new president, is so isolationist, right?
Well,
Yeah, maybe.
even before that, maybe the way the arrangement is ambassadors and all that are meeting on Babylon 5.
That was
Now,
that was my understanding.
the United Nations happens to be in New York City, but this is a different show.
but no, but you think about it. Your ambassadors aren't United Nations. Your ambassadors are sent. They are
In their embassies.
Yeah, I was going to say they are. They are hopefully some of your best, especially to a major power. I mean, let's be fair. In this, Earth is effective. Is pretty effective. The United States,
Yeah, they
Washington,
shouldn't
D.C.,
be gift
there's-
assignments.
as in we got, they should be your best
Mhm.
and your best diplomats. Unfortunately, that's not always the case. UK government.
Yeah, because people are people.
But I'm thinking that I would have thought that normally you would have an ambassador on. You would have an ambassador on home planet, Sinclair or Minbar. For example.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, in D.C. there's a whole street lined with opulent-looking mansions behind severe gates. They're all the embassies. It's known as Embassy Row.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful drive if you ever go down the street. There's just such beautiful buildings. Less so for the driver, more so for passengers who get to look.
Yeah, there is this.
Well, but anyway, we're, I guess because Malari wasn't there, they're more quick to just accept, okay, something doesn't seem right here. It looks like, what Jakar's saying is probably the truth, that this was a civilian transport.
Tentatively accept.
Yeah, and they see the video footage. And I don't know. I guess the video footage isn't everything we saw because they
I
didn't
presume
tell
it
you.
was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, honestly, I really do presume that it was.
Ooh, sorry.
Gesundheit.
Yeah, it's like we even had dashboard cam there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be ready to mute next time because I know a second one is probably coming, but I want to see what we have here. Oh, he gets a call.
Sheridan, talk to me. That ship you're waiting for is about to come out of hyperspace, Captain.
Uh-oh.
On my way.
Yeah.
On our way.
They're on their way, and this ship, now, we're going to see it here in a moment. That's the jump gate. And I tried to get the best shot I could because I actually dig this ship. Oh, I think our best shot is actually coming up next. But that ship there is the Lumati. And this is going to be Dutch's favorite part of the episode. But basically, I'm going to summarize this. Sheridan is basically asking more of Ivanova. And she's done a little bit of this before with the Drazi, and that went very well. So now she's going to be handling some diplomatic duties here with the Lumati. They're a race that they're hoping to bring on board. And with the shadow conflict coming, they're like feeling, well, we need some more allegiances here. And so Sheridan's hoping she could basically, I don't know, diplomatically make them feel good about, at least.
Preferably this time without breaking her foot or starting a riot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Which she managed to do.
Yeah,
Preferably.
keep them from rioting.
She has shown herself to be so good at diplomacy so far. Oops.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it wasn't an easy time. And here we go. Oh, we got a video clip. That's right, because this is a cool ship, I think. No matter what you think
It
of the
is,
Lumati, they have a cool ship now. Oh, there it is.
It reminds me of a toy I had as a child. I'm sure someone in this channel will remember the name of it. It was a multi-segmented centipede with a smiley face on it, and you could take it apart and put it together. It was basically nothing more than a centipede, but that's what this ship reminds me of.
I think it looks. There's a lot about it that looks very shadowy, apart from the fact that all the lines are straight rather than the curves of a shadow ship.
Yeah.
But the silhouette, in certain parts, it looks.
And the plasma type thing going on the hull.
Yeah,
it
but I mean,
looks
also,
like those might even be moving patterns and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the shape, the spiky bits, and the rest of it. But obviously, different design philosophy. But something about that looks a little bit like a shadow. But as I said, the shadows are very organic in shape.
Yep.
Which are very curvy, which that's not.
But this is, I don't know. I like it. I think it would be good as an underwater vessel, especially.
Yeah.
Very marine.
The question is, though, would you captain it with Roy Scheider or Michael Ironside?
Ooh, I don't know.
Michael Ironside.
Sequest 2025 then.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I
watched a little bit of Sequest back in like the 80s, 90s, whenever it came on. Yeah. It was basically right after 2010, right? After he starred in 2010, they put Sequest on about a year or two later.
Thing. Sequest.
Yeah, pretty sure it was. I've never really thought much of Roy Scheider. I mean, he's a good actor. Just he always seems to play weak characters. Yes, I know he shot the shark in Jaws, but still, he was very reluctant to do the whole thing.
He should have wrestled it.
I thought he was great at
punched
Dr.
it like
Floyd.
Will Smith in Independence Day.
Yeah. Again, you see, I mean, with the bloober in the back there, looks like he's about to fart like a shadow fighter does.
And Liza, I'm sure he was great. I never watched Seagate or Sequest or whatever the heck it was called because of him and the rest of the cast. Honestly, it turned me off. I was like, not my kind of show.
I think I had it on while doing homework, and
I vaguely remember it. My parents liked it.
I never really paid a great deal of attention.
The reason I started watching it was because I fancied Stacey Hydock after Superboy. She was in the first season, but I quite enjoyed the idea of the story, and it actually sort of did environmentalism well.
Yeah.
Lawrence, Mike is calling your video clips a shrubbery. How dare you?
He wants another video clip and a shrubbery.
Oh,
okay.
Me.
He says, I want another video clip. That and a shrubbery.
Well, we do have 2 more video clips. But right now, Delenn is in thought.
But there was some shrubbery in the council room when Jakar was talking, so there was a shrubbery.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. I especially like the path down the middle. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, Jakar is showing her some more footage. He's got some footage straight from the front lines. But this is another dramatic discourse here, so I think, Dutch, if you would do the honors, I'll try to switch on time this time.
Yes. Excuse me. So she finishes watching the video. I must confess, I find this report deeply distressing, Ambassador Jakar. There is no excuse, political or military, for the deliberate killing of civilians. Or that your people will come in on our side. It would mean a great deal to my world, Delenn. The war is young, the Centauri are still in the process of committing their forces. Some in their governments are unsure of the entire affair. They only need a reason not to fight. If the Mimbari intervene, it could provide that reason. You could save hundreds of thousands of lives. Narn lives. And Centauri.
Okay.
I'll let you get that.
No, I'm too far behind. Damn, I can't see.
Continue.
Okay.
More.
All right.
And one more.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was. And Centauri. Okay, next. But you said many times that you would never rest until the Centauri were utterly destroyed. Do we help you now, knowing that in a few years, when your forces are at full strength, the Centauri will ask us for help against you? You must know your actions in the recent past, the things you've said, have made it difficult for anyone to come to your aid now. I know. But what else could I do? When you have been crushed beneath the wheel for as long as we have, revenge occupies your every waking thought. Hmm? Oh, you said ugh.
No, it's me trying to click accurately.
Oh, when everything else had been taken from us, our hatred kept us alive. And now it may destroy you. Do you want me to beg, Dylan? Is that it? No. What is it? I was there when our war against Earth began.
Yes, you were, weren't you?
Yes, you were.
When our ship encountered an Earth vessel for the first time. Afraid of us, of the unknown, they fired. I saw our leader dying.
No, they didn't.
Yeah. We'll react to this as soon as you finish the thought.
I heard the cries for revenge, for blood, for death. In return, we nearly exterminated an entire species. My people are tired of war, Jakar. You cannot ask them to go through all that again. Then we must face the Centauri alone. No, not alone. The Council can bring political pressure to bear on them. We can mediate. There is nothing to mediate, Delenn. Unless others choose to become involved, we will destroy them, or they will destroy us. There is no in-between. Thank you for the tea, Dylan, and your honesty.
Now, those of us who have seen further in this series, there's a couple things that come up here. One of them, she does think back on this conversation and later provides reasons for why she couldn't get involved that are not what she's stating here.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we do see later also how close and what role she played in the killing of Ducat and the initial skirmish between Earth Alliance and them.
Make me one. Sorry, let's go.
That led to the whole Mimbari War. So the way she's saying it here, I'm wondering if JMS had that idea of what he was going to do later with her, or not.
I was because I was wondering at what point he decided on the events that were going to be in the beginning, because they put a different spin on it. But this may just be her. Had he decided the full details of her exact involvement in it when he wrote this scene? It's an interesting question.
Because we don't see her there feeling uncomfortable while she's speaking. It's almost like he hadn't had that idea yet.
Yeah.
And she was there, but she didn't really play the role that he made her play later when we see the past.
Yeah.
In that first encounter between the Mimbari and the Earth Alliance that started the whole war.
No, I might be wrong. No, they did open fire first, didn't they? Sorry.
Yeah, the Earth Alliance opened fire first. In fact,
they did. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we get to meet that guy in season 3.
Yep.
Yes, didn't King Arthur, didn't they have plans for him to be the captain of Crusade? of the Crusade ship Excalibur.
I heard that
it-
somewhere recently, maybe.
That
I-
would have been a much better show.
I don't know how much of a plan it was, but yeah, Michael York was, I mean, at least talked about, but the studio didn't want another starship led by a British captain. And it's like, wait a minute, Jean-Luc Picard is
He
French.
was French,
He just
supposedly.
I'm sorry, Patrick Stewart is British.
I know, but
And how
Jean-Luc
many-
Picard was
Jean-Luc.
French.
Yeah, and
Jean-Luc.
how many French people speak with English accents?
I know, it was a bizarre thing.
All the
They got away
advanced
with it.
ones.
What was that called?
All the advanced ones.
Oh, yes.
well, you know.
Don't forget
Well,
it. How many bloody French peasant go? They're always speaking English to this day.
See, Eclectic Goat agrees with me.
Well,
The,
you see,
um,
we're
the-
trying
the-
to get, I mean, I guess the thing is, you know, maybe he was Norman. I don't know.
In the pilot episode of Futurama, you get to see the countdown to the year 2000, in the year 2000, and they're showing cities all around the world as they count down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 in their languages. And for 4, you see the Eiffel Tower, and they say they all yell out "cut." Fast forward 1,000 years, and now the main character is in the year 3000 as the new year is happening, and you see the countdown all around the world, and it's the same thing until they get to the Eiffel Tower, and you hear them all yell out 4.
That's right.
It's a
Yeah,
subtle
that
joke,
was
but I love it.
We finally
I'm in no
civilized
need of a doctor, so take your leeches elsewhere.
That could have been the captain of the Excalibur.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
I was going to say, if anybody should have been the captain of the Excalibur, it should have been him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah.
But I think the
maybe
show we
Nigel
all
Terry.
wanted to see was Adventures of Jakar with his hot redhead companion Lita.
Nigel
Yeah.
Terry would have been hilarious as the captain, though.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, where did he come from?
All right. Well, so I guess we talked about this conversation here. Anything anybody else wants to add? It's just like hard to get into it without doing too much of a spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen it. But
Colin,
It's
Colin,
the-
why did you say no they didn't when she said the Earth?
Because
was
I was getting in the wrong way around. I thought
Ah.
they hadn't fired first, but I was getting too confused. I was like, yes, of course they did. And the thing is that again, I mean, excellent acting from Andreas Katsoulis here. You can see it in his, not in his voice, but in his face. Even he realizes the absolute tragedy of this situation.
mhm.
If
It's-
nothing stops them, one of these species will wipe out the other. And he knows that. So even if it's his guys that win, he's still somewhere inside him, he still knows that will be a tragedy.
the thing is, it's also in his body language. You can see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when he turns away from her, I think it's a few lines back, and yeah, he just turns his back, almost like that's not going to work just as well as I do.
Yeah.
The political pressures that they would bring to bear. That's why he turned away. It's like,
There's
oh yeah,
nothing to mediate, Len.
yeah, that's what we all say in chambers, but we know it's not going to help. But in any case, yeah, it's one of those things where he was, to begin with, the character that seemed more like the bad guy, because Londo was sad and wanted to see his republic rise again, and the Narn were just so angry about the oppression that he seemed like the bad guy. But,
Definitely not the bad guy.
but it kind of turns around, over the course of season 1 and here, where it's like, you see why, because it's happening again, and you see why he felt the way he did.
Again, in both his case and Londo's, absolutely tragic figures, in a real sense of the word.
Yeah, because they aren't leading their governments. Although Malari is pretty
in
high
both,
up now.
In both cases, they could have taken action, which would have, if not averted, at least alleviated the disasters to come. But in both cases, their own personalities won't allow them to take them.
Oh, well, Malari, he instigated.
Yeah, but I was saying, yeah, exactly. But I mean, yeah, but then he looks at it, and half the time, yes, exactly. But half the time, again, he does it, but he instigates it. But then half the time, he realizes, but maybe I shouldn't have done that. But then he goes and does it again next time because he's caught up in his personality,
nature,
his nature. Yes, what I'm looking for. Thank you. His nature. Yes.
Yeah, it's just the way he is. He can't help himself. He'll think about it, but he can't help himself.
So you're saying he's the scorpion on the frog's back?
Yep.
I was about to say, I wonder if they ever actually.
Yeah, I heard that from an Alan Watts video, actually.
Yeah, I was just saying,
Yeah, but I'm sure it's like an old fable or something. Is it an Aesop's fable or something?
Yes, a frog is about to cross a river. A scorpion says, "Hey, I can't swim. Could you please carry me across?" The frog says, "You're going to sting me as soon as we get in the water." The scorpion says, "If I do that, we both die. You can trust me." And the frog thinks on it, and he's like, "Well, that does make sense. All right, come on." And the scorpion climbs on his back, and they start swimming across. Halfway across, the frog feels a sting at the back of his head. And as he slips beneath the waves, he manages to just utter, "Why?" And the scorpion says, "I'm sorry. It's my nature."
I mean, I wonder, that's the sort of thing that I can genuinely imagine Jakar in particular actually telling that to someone, but I don't think he ever did. But I can genuinely imagine that sort of him saying to someone.
As I recall, someone in this show tells that story.
I'm sure they do, but in the same way that Jakar, I thought I genuinely couldn't remember. I thought I had, but I couldn't remember what. The same way that Jakar talks to Catherine Sakai in season 1 about the ant.
Yeah.
In that same sort of vein, I can imagine him at some point explaining the Narn and the Centauri by using the scorpion and the frog story.
I'll have to listen for it again as we go through.
Yeah.
See, but I remember it from an Alan Watts video for some reason, or maybe I superimposed it on Alan Watts from Jakar. I don't know. Well, anyway,
bar fight.
Yep.
You got a little framing here so we can see the 3 Centauri with the 2 Narn.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. Well, basically, the Centauri are talking, and, that's what happens when you have 2 sides of a war in neutral ground and a bar. And so, there's going to be a bar fight, but Zach comes to the rescue.
All right, break it up.
Zach, man.
Good old Kaniki.
He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play New York cop.
That's his honest accent. He has that accent in every role he ever plays.
Awesome. I mean, you couldn't have pulled off the scene with the Drazi poking him if he didn't have that accent. No,
yeah.
I don't want to be blessed. See that plant over there?
Why don't you poke that plant?
It's like, I don't want to share my blessing.
Yeah. No, he's a great character. And then here comes our ship. I still like its design. And then we see...
The eclectic goat has returned.
Returned from where?
Instagram.
Zahadum?
Might as well be.
No one returned from Zahadum.
She's setting up an Instagram account.
For Hopper the Bunny.
Oh, okay. One of her one of her wildlife that she
Part of her
Yes.
herd.
Yeah. We just have a herd of cats.
Yes.
Meow.
You can't call it a herd of cats. You can't herd cats.
A clouder of cats.
A colony of kitties.
That's why whenever you mention herding cats, you have to have the Mission Impossible theme tune playing in your head. It's an
Is
impossible
that what you were doing? Okay.
mission.
Now it's kind of dark here, but you could kind of see the globule stuff of the ship. And then this is a Babylon 5, kind of like, I guess, disembarking crane or caboose or whatever you want to call it. This box. This is the same thing that Sheridan was in when he arrives back from Zaha Doom. You know, he steps out of that thing. Oh, did I spoil anything by saying that? I don't know. There, look
Maybe.
at that. Look at that. That's cool. But anyway, in there is the Lumati delegation, which are these guys. And we're just going to summarize this. Let's get diplomatic. So basically, she finds out from this first conversation that you talk to the guy on the right, even though he's not the one really speaking to her or not thinking the words. He's just the voice for the guy on the left who doesn't speak with other species until they prove their worth.
Lesser species.
So, yeah, they do it through the guy on the right, who is later described as kind of like a symbiote. But what does he get out of this? I don't know, maybe employment?
I was going to say, money.
Maybe.
And there's something very similar in some historical things where you literally get you literally get an ambassador or a messenger quite literally speaks for the emperor. You'll literally have like the messenger, for example, will have memorized the message to the point that when he says it in the voice. He's literally using the same voice as the emperor, whoever.
Was it like in Star Trek The Next Generation? I remember one episode where it kind of annoyed me, but it was just some guy that was supposedly a really good mediator. And by the end of the episode, he was like deaf or something, and he had to use that as like a way to overcome that and to also do what he normally does. But during the time, like before that, didn't he have like someone that spoke for him?
He
too?
had a choir.
Oh, a
of,
choir.
Like, telepaths.
Well, that's nice.
Speak.
Yeah, because he was deaf. Yeah.
Yeah, and at the end of the episode, his choir was dead or something, and he had to get on with things on his own, basically.
Wasn't that another boyfriend of Beverly's?
Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's the stuff that annoys me. Every time other than Picard himself, every time there's some sort of romantic hint of a crusher guy, and it's like, they always turn out to be annoying.
Or a ghost.
Or even like the...
that was a weird episode,
man.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Scottish ghost.
Well, not only that, but a ghost of her ancestors, if I remember correctly.
And well, also, what's her name? Troy had some guys that weren't all that great, like that one that... probably one of the greatest... some of the greatest dialogue on TNG was when Riker, met that arrogant guy that, Troy had a kind of a relationship with, and he basically told him that, he was really lucky to basically, be able to have even a friendship with her and all that stuff. So, I don't know. I didn't do it. I didn't do it justice, but no, it's like some schmarmy guy, from Murder, She Wrote was playing a guy like was playing a guy that was like a love interest of hers and all that, but he was the bigger man, Will Riker. Kind of cool. But anyway, let's move on
Of course, he
here.
was the bigger man. That's why he ended up with her.
Yeah. Well,
Clearly the bigger-
technically,
he's the
Worf
bigger
is
man.
maybe a little bigger physically. But anyway, here, she pulls up her belt. She pulls up her belt. She knows this is going to be hard because basically from this first meeting, she found out this guy's a real arrogant son of a bitch who thinks that they're superior to everybody else. Great. And I got to go along and be nice to him. All right. So we move along here. And now Malari has his own problems here, even though his star is rising and he's ascending the political ladders there on Centauri Prime. Unfortunately, this is where a lot of people start asking for favors, and or they say they'll do you favors if you do them favors, that sort of thing. So popularity has its drawbacks.
I would say it's not in spite of, it's because of his newfound thing. He's discovering that these, but with, if one might slightly paraphrase Uncle Ben, with greater power comes greater responsibility, and also greater part of that responsibility is dealing with hangers on and the like.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think that how much of the Centauri Republic is at least partly based on the Roman Republic, Rome Republic and Rome Republic and Empire, they had assistant patrons, you had your patrons, and your, what were the guys called? The guys yellow and clients, if you like, and there was a symbiotic relationship there as well. So that's perhaps what they're trying to hint at.
It's because he's ascending that people see him as being able to do things for him, but he's meeting people he never knew before because they all just come out of the woodworks looking for favors. Mm-hmm. But I think what I would say is it's just one thing that maybe he didn't foresee, but if you think about it, that's one thing you should foresee, because he probably saw how people expect favors from those who were before him.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things this guy offers him is telling him, I can bring you things that are hard to find, technically illegal. He mentions Jaquaneth plants.
Mm-hmm. From Narn, a plant that...
Yes.
Remember that one, folks.
Yeah.
It may come up in a future episode. In a season or two.
I think it's within one. It's probably by season 3. It's
just so fun to see them set that up right there. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Once again,
Zach in this case has the worst peripheral vision I've ever heard of. Not to mention he doesn't feel the guy making those movements. He's got his hand on his chest.
Yeah, here basically he's trying to break up a fight between the Narn and the Centauri, a troublemaking Centauri, and the Narn's pissed off, and he's like saying, "Don't do it, don't move," but the Narn still kind of moves and basically lunges to attack. So Zach has to shoot him, and he has to unfortunately kill the Narn, and that goes straight to this discussion between Sheridan and Jakar.
Discussion? He was ordered to put down his weapon. He refused. He was attacked by the Centauri. He had the right to defend himself. It was your people who started the incident back in the Zocalo. That's not what my sources said. I don't care, Jakar. We can go round and round about this all night long, figuring out who started what, and it will take us back 100 years before we're done.
Yep.
Then he stands back. Now, you asked me for help, and I am doing the best that I can. But incidents like this are making my job a hell of a lot harder. What about Malari? I'm sending him the same message.
Well, you better.
Both your people need to back off. Babylon 5 is neutral territory, and I will not have you turn it into a war zone. They have a right to defend themselves. Damn it, Jakar! You are the duly appointed representative of your government. Are you saying that you can't control your own people? Because if you can't, you better tell me right now so I can have them thrown off this station and sent somewhere else. Dun. Not a word as he leaves the room.
Nope, not a word. But actually, we should discuss this since that's the next scene. We understand Sheridan's perspective, but his perspective is kind of narrowed here. I think in basically, he's looking out for keeping things. Well, first of all, the station. You need to have law and order on the station. You can't have these fights taking place. But he's kind of leaning on Jakar here, even though Jakar comes there as an ambassador. Various Narn that just happen to be on the station for whatever reason aren't necessarily his charge. Although we do see later that he does kind of take charge, I guess, for the better of the whole situation. But it's like, I don't know. He's not in a position of authority over them technically because he's an ambassador.
But at the same time, he is there. He's there to. It's sort of because if he's there to represent. I mean, part of an ambassador's job is to represent any of his nation's citizens in the country to which he is posted, to represent their interests and defend them and such. But that must have some sort of reciprocal arrangement where I suppose it's his job in looking after, in representing the interests of his people. Part of that job, I think what Sheldon's saying is point out to your people that this is trouble. It's in your people's interests that you teach your people that it's in their interests that they don't get involved in this. I think that's the angle he's coming at. But I know what you're saying. Yeah, he doesn't have any authority, but
you're making it sound a little more diplomatic there. He said, Jakar, now, do you control your people or don't you?
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best wording in the world, but I think maybe what they're getting at is that.
Yeah, Sheridan wants, basically Sheridan's using the leverage here. He needs the situation to be calm, and he's putting leverage on Jakar. It's like, I know whether it's his responsibility or not. He's like, now, can you take care of this for me? Because if you don't, I can't help you.
And then again, there's also the fact of that may be the case with humans, but because as I understand it vaguely, an ambassador in Earth terms, we understand an ambassador. An ambassador is not a member of government. They are a representative of the diplomatic branch, which is not actual government. It's diplomacy. Jakar is a member of the second or third circle, of the Kari. He is a senior member of the Narn government. So therefore, that may be why Sheridan says, it's your job to control them.
Well, I would have edited the line there. I would have edited the line instead of saying, as your government's ambassador, he should have said, as a member of the Kari.
Yeah.
Because it's not really his ambassadorial position that gives him.
But
then again, go on. And then again,
I was going to say, at the same time, this is a heat of the moment. This is not something Sheridan's thought through.
Right.
It's not a prepared statement. He's having a conversation, and it's a back and forth. So it could be better.
Yeah, Sheridan.
Definitely better worded.
Sheridan's rocked back on his heels right now in this.
Yeah.
But Andy Brown 4284 in our chat mentions the exact same thing you just did, Colin, just like about a second or two before you did. Saying Jakar is a member of the Narn Leadership Council as well as ambassador. Same way Delenn was.
Yeah. I'm just saying that at that moment, Sheridan was saying ambassador and all that.
Yeah.
But in any case, whatever.
And Mike Mountain Hawk Gorley has just gone to bed.
Night, Mike.
Good night, Mike. But
Mike.
we dig and stuff like that because we love it.
Well, yeah.
And so we're just having fun here. It's stuff to talk about. Now, these guys, this is, I don't know. Ivanova, this is not the guy you want to introduce these guys to.
I'm just wondering if the translator actually works with Sergeant Pepper. With that jacket.
Yeah, he's a Pepper, all right.
Well, he's 17th or 16th century or 19th century cavalryman.
And the guy in the middle there is like a drum major.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
That's Paul Williams.
Yeah. Oh no, he definitely made that role work.
But it's funny that Ivanova starts to introduce them, and arrogant as ever, Franklin's like, "Oh yeah, the such so and so. I've heard of that before. This is the first time I've actually seen it." Oh.
Yeah, and then
Like,
as soon as he hears
look at
them
so much.
question, what are you doing here, Doctor? It's like, why would you put some effort into saving the lives of inferior species and all that? And then that's when I actually agree with, of course, Dr. Franklin and his assessment there. Basically, he's there to save lives.
That's good.
Yeah.
Dr. Franklin.
Damn it, I
Yeah,
forgot what the brother's
Franklin.
name was. What was the brother's name?
Well, he's there to save lives, and
He
it
says,
doesn't
I do
matter.
not serve evolution, I serve humanity.
I like that.
Well, here's the other thing, and this is something I wanted to bring to bear in this whole plot
the
with these
show,
guys.
yeah.
It's because it's one of the themes that comes in the show about evolution. They do talk about evolution here and there, and like Delenn has said before, things about evolution, like if we don't evolve spiritually or perhaps morally in how we deal with each other, then all these other, if we can't do that, then what's the use in evolution? I'm paraphrasing, but then also Sheridan had that line about politicians and then saying, I always thought that the opposable thumb was overrated. Just this concept, and then enlightened self-interest, like, considering your balance with others around you, with your own, desires and ambitions. The show doesn't hit you over the head with a specific morality, but it considers some sort of morality important. And when I say morality, I don't use that word in the religious sense necessarily or anything like that. More just like how sentient life treats other sentient life. What are the natural laws for behavior about those of us that have the ability to tell right from wrong, or at least can go down that path? And so I think it's important here because these guys are all about thinking evolution as like genetic advantages, maybe living longer, performing better, having a higher IQ because of genetic predisposition. This is all evolution going forward. But one aspect of it's not necessarily evolution genetically or even through some sort of design of the human being
We lost Colin.
and the genetic code. The idea is that we can also play a role in our own evolution as far as understanding right and wrong and how to deal with each other, in this context, other races throughout the universe, but certainly humanity and humanity dealing with each other. So I think it's a good contrast to kind of see here and say that, it's almost like what Delenn had said episodes ago. It's like, if we can't learn how to better deal with each other, then what's the use in evolution? So this is like a highly evolved species here, at least we're led to believe, but they have some very backward thoughts about, when it comes to compassion and treating other life.
I think there's something actually. I think there's another message which runs through this from the Lumati, which also comes up later on the Boom Shakalaka bit, which is something that science fiction doesn't very often remember. Aliens are alien.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think the way we do.
Mm-hmm.
And with the Lumati, this is something very alien to a human, but to a Lumati, and I think Babylon 5 does it well here. The Lumati's point of view is the Lumati is just as dismissive, if you like, has just as much a negative thought idea of all this. The Lumati, not necessarily the translate, has just as much a my way's the right way. Why are you being such an idiot?
Yes.
As Franklin has. I think, well, my way's the right way. Why are you being such a why are you being so why are you being such a hard nut about it? And it's something Babylon 5 does that not all science fiction managers do. That often is consistently do that. Alien thought processes are going to be different.
Yeah.
Something that I do like about Babylon 5, though, Colin, and especially it comes out the wrong way because Franklin seems to be the character they chose to push the idea that there is such a thing as universal right and wrong. I think they just went about the wrong character to express this idea.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially with some of his other appearances, but here, we point out those times when he's right, and of course those times when he's wrong, like when that lady came by from from the past.
Oh, don't remind me.
This is all moving too fast.
If I might quote a great Jedi Master.
Uh-oh.
No. Honestly, right? Okay.
Go ahead.
No. If I may quote the English Jedi Master, the English Thesp Jedi Master. So yes, I'm going to quote a proper.
Swappers.
Close. Alec Guinness. They are what they are. So Alec Guinness.
Who?
They are right.
I'm kidding.
From a certain point of view. Showed
I always wanted Luke at that point to say a certain point of view. You let me kiss my sister, you sick bleep.
Yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, but not that. But the point that right. But okay, we showed him when the Doctor in particular is right, but he's right from a certain point of view. He's not necessarily right from another point of view. And we have to remember we're always seeing these things as is only natural for our own personal points of view. And we're all human, so we're all seeing it from something that comes from being human. So we which I say is why it's really good when a series manages to do something really well and the writers manage to step back from that and try to show something not filtered through the natural mindset of a human.
Right. But there are humans that think the way the Lumati think.
What you're going to do when they come for you.
Yeah. No, that's her sentiment at the end was, all right. Let's just move on from this tour and no one's going to convince anybody. I'm just here playing diplomat. So that's her view. But I still think in this whole discussion, it's one of those things where, we do have some people that do think like Lumati or, they're not thinking about other extraterrestrial life. They're just thinking about among the human population, survival of the fittest, Darwinism. And it's like, well, that may be how, life has kind of evolved in that physical way. But as far as consciousness is concerned, and as far as we as sentient beings that can choose right and wrong, there's a hell of a lot of wrong about the Lumati thinking here. Like, are they going to be fine if the Vorlons say, oh, we're not going to save your life because you're inferior to us or some other species? Because it's just a hierarchy. There's always going to be some species higher up than you, maybe. And how do you make that call? How do you know at the entryway to an emergency room It's like, okay, we're not going to let you in because you're inferior. That species over there is not inferior, so we'll let them in. How do you decide that?
Oh yeah, but never mind. Lots. I'm sure that addresses again when the Lumati, being such a close ally, come back again and again throughout the series. Oh wait,
No, they don't.
exactly.
No, but I mean, are they even there at the end with the big old fight? Do we see that blue ship hovering?
I'm not sure. I don't remember. It's an interesting question. It's an interesting question, that actually.
Yeah, they kind of let it go. They probably should have, even if they don't use the same characters, they probably should have at least given a little bit of a mention of the Lumati later on.
I mean, maybe they should have brought them eventually on the side of the shadows because they seem to have the same philosophy.
Exactly.
Well, actually, good point now.
Yep. It's growth through conflict. And a lot of that conflict can be pretty devious. The shadows don't play fair, exactly. Yeah. I got your strange notions right here. All right. So we're moving on. And now we have, oh boy. Yep. Well, Londo's been feeling his oats. Things have been going well for him lately. And he wants a friend to share it with. But Garibaldi breaks the news to him that, we're kind of all scared of you. You don't need to be scared of me. And he's like, really? That's the thing. When you have powerful, like, they don't even know the shadows specifically yet. They just know that there's an ancient enemy around, and somehow Londo has a connection to a very powerful force. So, yeah, no wonder everyone's scared of him. Anybody want to jump in on this, or is that about it?
No, I mean, what is there to say? He deserves the disdain he's getting.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So,
He's made all the wrong friends because he decided to do bad things. He's made all the wrong friends, and all of his real friends are backing away, and not so slowly. So he deserves it.
Well, he's at the casino there, and he just wants Garibaldi to hang out a little bit. Well, Garibaldi breaks down and says, all right, I'll come by later, and if I'm not busy, I'll spend a little time with you. But
he guilt trips Garibaldi into doing that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, again, you're coming back to, as he said before, long ago, he says, I find I have a lot of friends I never knew I had, but you've been my friend since before. He does guilt trip a little bit, but I think again, you are supposed to kind of slightly feel out, because as with all these characters, none of the characters are black and white, evil or good.
Yeah.
You are sort of supposed to start feeling for them. I'm trying to look up on the Babylon 5 wiki, and apparently it's mentioned in Divided Loyalties later on that the Lumati try to open up trade federations with the Minbari. So they get another mention. Well, I can't remember off the top of my head whether they actually appear in it or not, but apparently they do get another mention. But I think that's all.
Well, I hope they have fun trading with the Minbari. Okay, so
well, they don't get to, unfortunately.
Let us move on here.
As Kosh says, good.
Yeah.
I don't know you anymore, Londo. Oh, I did include some of this. Yeah. None of us do. I think Dutch is away, isn't he?
He is, yes. He says to be able to. In my time here, very few people on this station have listened to me or taken me seriously until recently.
I'm back.
I can't do that easily. Oh, I never.
Ooh, you're getting thank yous, Dutch, for the memberships.
Oh, excellent.
Well, thank you, Dutch, for doing that.
Hey, I'm glad to be of service.
Atwell's others.
Otters.
Otters.
She's holding otters.
Well, that's nice. I wonder if Smilex is one of them. Smilex is someone in our larger community of friends who,
He's also an otter.
well, he claims to be an otter.
That's what I said. He's an otter.
Yes. Well, I said claims.
Oh.
I don't know.
I'm not going to question his
He
identity.
could be a
This-
cat.
This is 2026. I'm not going to question how he identifies.
Now I have friends I never knew I had. But you always listened to me. You were always kind to me even when you had nothing to gain. And now that things are changing, and I look around for someone to share my good fortune with, there is no one except you. My good,
Oops.
close friend, Garibaldi. I gotta make my rounds. I'll try to stop by later. If you're still here, and if I've got the time, I'll have that chemically inoffensive drink. There's no guarantees. None required. I'll be here, Mr. Garibaldi. I'll be here. That was my good friend, Mr. Garibaldi.
Bartender lady.
It's good to have
Yeah.
friends, is it not?
Cat, I think her name is. Or no, maybe not cat. I'm thinking.
Yep.
Is she a cat?
No, but she also runs Earhart's, apparently.
And Londo
She-
generously tells her, keep the change.
She might be a creature that evolved from the ship's cat or the station's cat.
I'm pretty
No,
sure
they're
she's a
only
human with a
200 years in the
hairstyle.
Not three. They're not 3 million years in the future after a radiation outbreak.
So no one's dead, Dave.
Not yet, Dave.
So Jakar
No.
starts. Oh,
No,
go on.
that doesn't come until the Markab episode.
Oh,
Sorry.
So now we have Jakar trying to control his people, starting, and I'm no happier about it than you are. But these outbreaks of violence are jeopardizing our chance to make allies with the humans and all the other aliens. We are Narns. We never needed allies before. We've never been in this position before.
What happened to you before?
Hmm?
So yeah, look what happened to you before.
We pushed the Centauri off Narn through a war of attrition, so it wasn't worth the effort to stay. But direct, open, and total war requires a completely different approach. He has spent so much time with the humans he even talks like them.
like a
Yeah.
like a Vorlon.
I was fighting the Centauri while you were still a pouchling, fighting for your freedom. I spent my life and my blood trying to better the lives of our people. What have you spent? I will not allow the humans of the Centauri or anybody else to hurt that cause, and that includes you and everyone else here. But if we do nothing, we look like weak children. If you're interested in showing how strong you are, I suggest you return home and join the military.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to talk about being strong here when there isn't a Centauri ion cannon pointed at your head. Cannon, sorry.
Mm-hmm. Oh, important line there. A lot of people get talking about things and stuff, and it's like, hey, if you're not the one, if you're not serving in it, I mean, you need to maybe have a little perspective first before chiming in on some things, especially this, where they're so anxious to fight. You know, they're so anxious to fight, but they're not on the front lines.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know it is difficult,
This is good.
but for now, we must remain calm.
Oh,
Your message is heard and understood, Jakar. And Jakar leaves. All right, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then after he's gone, now we send a message of our own.
Oh, no.
Oh, look, it's the troublemaker.
Oh, man.
Stabbity, stabbity.
Poor guy.
Leave him where they can find him. And tell the others. We attack in 6 hours.
Oh, boy. Attack what?
Well, his next line says so.
Oh.
And when we finish, there must not be one Centauri left alive on this station.
Oh, okay. There we go. I'm glad he provided that extra bit of information.
Hey, Colin, what kind of weapon is that? The knife with the handle that you grip with your entire fist.
They own what kind of
A
emoji
face
is
plant.
that? Huh.
I would say it's that's it's definitely it's a punch knife.
Punch knife.
That's what I'm
Thank
looking
you.
for.
Thank
But I would have thought normally you'd and I'm thinking about it, if you hold in your hand, it's what it is. It's I'm thinking about it. I think it's called a punch knife, but as a punch knife is normally quite a bit smaller because it's I think. But if you think about it, if you hold it on the other hand, you swing your hand, it literally you've got a better grip on that than you have if you're holding a dagger normally.
Right.
Because you've got to because your hand is straight rather than twisted. So,
Yeah.
although it's similar to the way you hold a sword, because if you hold a sword, your hand is straight on the pommel. If you hold a dagger, it tends to be because it's a closer range weapon. So that probably, and also you can swing with it as well. But I think it's called a punch dagger in the answer to short answer to your question.
Yeah, I kind of, not that I get into such disputes, but I kind of like that design because it can slash, stab, you can move it any direction.
Yeah. Well, it's a dagger. It's a bit,
yeah.
As I said, I mean, I would have thought that's a little bit too long for a punch dagger because the idea of that is that you're punching in, and you're going to have to travel further with that before the point strikes. So you're going to have to you're going to have to have more of a punch behind it when that strikes than you are if it's a shorter blade. If you see what I'm saying, is that
well, it lets you punch forward like this as opposed to bringing down like that.
Yeah, definitely.
And no, I think it. I don't know.
And if you're punching, and the other thing is if you're punching when I was taught to punch when I was doing Aikido, you not only punch, you start for punching, you start with your fist clenched, fingers upright at your waist. You punch forward, and as you punch forward, you turn your hand around 180. So by the time you're hitting, your fingers are down. So if you're doing that with a knife, you're sticking the knife in, the knife is actually turning in as well. If that's how you're punching it, which will do even more damage.
Mm-hmm. No, I mean, I'd like to see more of these, but I also, I mean, I think it's a cool idea for some of these alien weapons. I mean, at least that's something a little bit different. Somebody thought about it. Could actually be quite useful.
Yeah.
I figured it had to be something that has been used in history, and if there's anyone on this channel who would know what it would be, that's Colin.
Yeah, I'm sure there have been punch daggers. I've seen them in fantasy things as well.
Oh, cool. Well, Franklin's on the case. They found this Centauri, and he sees that it could have been done by a Narn. They don't have exact proof of it, but it's highly suspect the Narn. But what's his name? Sheridan kind of like urges caution, and eventually Garibaldi agrees that until they have definitive proof, they have a little bit of leeway right now. Don't say anything to Londo, let's see if we can try and get ahead of this.
Yeah, this whole place is a powder keg. One more killing on either side, and it could blow.
Yep.
Yeah.
And eventually, Garibaldi sees that, and it's like, all right, yeah, we should take the time, because technically we aren't 100% sure that it was a Narn attack, but probably was.
Yeah.
But let's take this time to try and make sure that we don't go to hell in a handbasket. No, probably a smart move.
Bayona, if they are allowed to continue doing what they want to do, then yes, Jakar's people would be removed from the station. But that might not be how it plays out. Stay tuned to find out.
Stay tuned. Uh-oh. But Garibaldi was busy there and was not able to stop by and see.
Yeah, you actually feel sorry for Londo at this point.
Yeah.
And
That's
there she
just a human with a hairstyle. Come on.
Yeah. No, I think I've heard him call her cat. That's what I said.
It
I
could
think
be
her name is
name.
Cat.
Short for Catherine.
Yeah, exactly. That's I'm sure I've heard him call a bartender, female bartender, cat. Whether it was her or another cat, I don't know. I wonder. What's some other interest?
Cat girl.
It's so sad when she asks, were you waiting for someone? And he just goes, yes, someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And
it
he
is
just
sad.
walks away alone.
But
And
that's
the sad music plays.
And for a moment, you sounded like Zatras. Zatras has sad life. He will probably
why-
have sad death.
That's why we cannot have good things.
Not have good things.
When I am doing Zathras' voice is much more rough, much more grunting.
But that's Zatras. I speak in the voice of Zatras.
Zathras speak with gruntier voice, but still similar accent to Londo.
Yes. Yes. Cool.
Oh, Zathras.
Not the one.
Not that one.
Is it our fault that all of a sudden there are a lot of Zathras shorts on YouTube?
We're not helping it.
What I find is quite sorry. It's quite interesting.
Spit it out.
That Zathras. I'd rather not. It's well, that Zathras. No, Zathras. It's a very clever way of pointing out that if you're not familiar with the words, with the language, it's not always easy to tell very subtle differences in pronunciation.
You're
Very
absolutely
true.
correct. I have
I mean,
what
Also, the fact that it's obviously spelt the same is irrelevant.
I had a coworker at Circuit City, an Indian guy, whose name was Bishwajit, but he had a nickname, Montu. Problem was, I couldn't hear the t in the name. I was hearing t. So I was calling him Montu. And he was saying, no. It's not Montu. It's Montu. And I'm like, dude, I'm hearing the same thing. And somehow, I don't know how, 20, 30 years later, I'm finally able to hear that DH sound. And I know it was Montu.
Montu.
Yeah, not thu. Montu, like a DH instead of a TH.
Oh my
Monto.
gosh.
Yeah, it's
I
a
can't
weird
hear it.
sound. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, she said, yes, come in. It's morning. She just had a swig of coffee, and here these guys come in. Oh, dear.
Yeah. Good morning, Commander. Well, good morning. I thought we'd agreed I'd meet you in the Zocalo. It occurred to me that, excuse me, you're showing, excuse me, you're probably showing me only the good things about this place in an attempt to impress us. All perfectly understandable.
And he's fondling her flowers, by the way. She notices. Okay.
All perfectly understandable given the temptation of our company, but it doesn't tell us what you're really like. Well, there is such a thing as privacy. If you're going to stop by, it'd be nice of you to ask me. Tell me when you're going to stop by. Hey! Like I said, privacy. But what is it? It's personal and it's mine. And you two are going to wait outside until I'm ready. And if you're really convinced I'm only showing you the good parts of Babylon 5, go ahead and choose any random part of the station and I'll take you there. Your choice. Agreed. Whatever it takes, he says. Hey, where's the rest of it? Hey!
Yeah, so these superior beings. Well, I'm not going to blame the little translator guy.
No, Paul Williams is excellent. He's a very short man and he's a good actor.
The bartender is
Kevin,
credited as Kat Cressida, the actress, and the title is Kat the bartender. So yeah,
there you go.
Kat.
Meow. Meow. So anyway, that's the way they are. These superior life forms. They take your underwear.
Now you know in the next slide, this arms deal
There
here.
we
You know
go.
he's a bad guy because he's got a beard.
And it's
Oh
been
wait,
a long
Colin
time.
has a beard. Oh no, wait a minute. Uh-oh.
So do I. Well, that's one thing. It's funny how in the U.S. it's rare for politicians to have beards if you're a man. It's really rare. It didn't used to be, but
No.
at least in the 20th century into now, I guess Ted Cruz did a beard for a bit, but it's rare for politicians to do beards, especially at the federal level. It's kind of funny.
Dan Crenshaw was pulling a beard and an eye patch, but now he just lost his primary, so he's not going to be doing it anymore.
Yeah, I guess they broke out a little bit there, but
Well, he's got firm. It'd be a bit look weird if he could only shave half his face because you can only see half the mirror, wouldn't it?
No.
Yeah. By the way, Gavin, it's a phased plasma pulse rifle in the 40-watt range. Come on, man, you're better than that.
40 watts.
It's a line
It's kind of like a soft glow, a nice incandescent glow.
Terminator when he's in the gun shop and he's trying to arm up.
Oh.
That's why.
Well, here
that line.
Here we get to see these weapons a little bit better, but is that a punch dagger there? That looks like it has more of a handle.
that's a gladius, a very short gladius.
Yeah. Gladys.
Gladius, where we get the name gladiator.
Oh, but he's being
Gladius.
observed.
Go back one.
Yep. Everyone likes the weaponry.
I'm saying it's a gladius because of
that's
the
a Chris.
rounded. Yeah, that's a Chris and that's a gladius. Absolutely, no question.
I'm not sure on the gladius. It looks a bit too knife bladey to be gladius, but yeah,
I said it's a very short. It's a very short
Yeah.
gladius.
Yeah.
In the show, didn't they mention it being a Drazi blade?
They did, yes.
Well,
Drazi
later.
blades.
Oh, these here are probably the Drazi blades.
Yeah, I like the pistol
everything
grip.
on the Drazi, man.
Yeah.
I like the pistol grip on the Chris.
Yeah.
Well, the Drazi, I don't know. There's only so much I can say about the Drazi, but Natoth
disapproves.
Well, I would too.
Yes, Liza. Purple.
Cool.
You tried to lump me in with the greens, but it ain't true. Now this actor, I know he was in Babylon 5 before 24, clearly. But he played such a prominent role in first season of 24 as the Secret Service agent Aaron. That's all I can think of him as now. I don't even know the actor's name.
Glenn Morshower.
Thank you.
He showers? That's good.
Yep. He showers more than anybody else.
I'm sorry, Captain, but we've reviewed your report on the Narn situation, and we have to decline their request for intervention. We don't have to support their military campaign. Just lend a hand to support their civilians. This helps save the civilians when they get caught in the middle. Captain, I know this isn't what you wanted to hear, but we simply can't give the Narn government any kind of official help. I feel for them as much as you do, but their people will just have to fend for themselves.
Yeah,
Beep.
yeah. You don't feel for them much at all. I would guess. Now I wanted to get this screen here because I always wanted to check it out and see what it says there. It says
Gold channel and encryption online.
Yeah,
Earth Alliance
oh.
communication system. Authorized use only.
I wonder if it's touch screen. Like, can you push those buttons there?
I imagine so.
Hmm.
Why else would they be there? There's no obvious other interface.
Yeah.
No mouse, no remote control.
Mm-hmm.
The keyboard. How quaint.
Yes, I love that line.
Link me in with Ambassador Glenn. Stand by.
I had to include that.
God,
All right.
I hate that computer voice.
Stand by. Oh, I'm sure you liked it when Garibaldi got the New York voice that kept going after him.
Yeah, actually, that wasn't bad. It was hilarious. But now
Your
Natoth,
mother and I.
but now Natoth turns tattletale. Oh,
Well, no, they're about to just start mass
hey man,
murdering
you know
people.
what they say: snitches get stitches.
Yeah. Well, the guy was rude before, but it doesn't mean that, a few punches would do. You don't have to kill him. But, the thing is, you got to bear in mind, these Centauri that are on the station, if they're not military and everything, they're just other civilians too. And it's like their government is putting them at war with the Narn. And the
Hold
Narn.
on.
Yeah.
Hold on, you're wrong. That Centauri that the Narns killed,
Mm-hmm.
the one who was tied up and gagged, he's the one who goaded the Narn into trying to attack him and therefore got shot by Zack.
Oh,
He definitely deserved to die in the Narn's eyes.
well, all right. But I'm just saying, overall, these Centauri that they all want to wipe out, they're only at war with you because of their government.
Yeah, but you kind of get the idea that that the Centauri aren't really against it.
Yeah.
Well,
They're not-
I
yeah, they are-
I guess
they are
so.
against
Yeah. I guess so. But that's where they're at fault too, because it's like the only reason why they're at war is because of their government. I mean,
They're not. They're not. They're
But-
not
but as
blameless here. I
individual
mean, they're
people-
they're feeling the joy of their government going to war and winning well.
well,
and
that's where
taking
I'm
back
saying
their-
that they're wrong. The point that I'm trying to make is governments make these wars and then complete strangers go and try to murder each other.
All right, I grant you, the government started it, but you can understand the feelings of the people who are
Okay,
happy
I
that their
understand
government
their
has
feelings,
made
but
the
they shouldn't be
decision
trying to wipe out all
that their
the Centauri.
government has made a decision they are happy with.
Hmm.
And they are therefore going to be a little more belligerent.
No, I'm
as a
definitely
result.
saying that the Centauri are at fault there. I'm making
Right.
a claim to people in general. It's like you don't necessarily know the people that you're going over there to kill, and you don't know
No.
anything about their lives or anything like that either.
No, but they've been othered so much that you don't think of them as people.
That's what governments do. Well, anyway,
Well, it's
I'll
not just
move
governments that do that. Come on.
on.
there
Well,
are
religions,
organizations.
yeah.
There are organizations that will do that within a country. Yeah,
Religions, yeah, and
cults and political organizations and NGOs and all kinds of fun things.
oh
You
yeah.
can't hold people back. You can't hold people blameless on stuff like this.
Oh no, I'm not holding people blameless. I mean, and that's what I'm pointing out. People in general don't get swept up in all this shit necessarily, unless you absolutely, have to, because
Yeah, I mean,
you
the
have no choice. Oh, I know. Let's talk about. I shouldn't have opened up a can of worms. It's one thing that you do see throughout literature and
yeah.
some
Wait a
films
minute.
is situations where people I think especially for people who are not on the front lines, If you're in the lines, you're in the combat, you're being fired at, you're being shot at, of course. You got to do what you got to do to survive. But, if you're not, if you're a civilian, I mean, I don't know. So many people treat war like it's a sport.
But the thing is that what you're in at the moment, what you have to remember is that the Narn and the Centauri are in a similar situation to, say, the Russians and the Germans at the end of World War II.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where it's still within living memory.
Mm-hmm.
That and this, I mean, in the Russians and the Germans case was 4 years of war.
Yeah.
In this Centauri's case, there's been every Centauri alive. There is no Centauri alive who knows a time when before Narn was occupied by the Centauri, so they're literally just in a post-war situation. So with the Narn and the Centauri situation, they're literally, but in both cases they've both grown up taught to hate each other.
Yeah.
So it's a slightly different situation to something going to war out of the blue.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but it's something that I still encourage people to think about.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But Phantom Outsider 6488 says, well, if we already met Veer's wife, and we haven't yet, but she definitely did not see Narns as, quote, people, unquote.
No, she is a terrifyingly well written character. And she's a terrifyingly well played character.
Oh yeah.
Now Scott told me no swearing. Why the hell not?
Come on, Scott. Let us use some colorful metaphors, Scott.
I do try to self-censor most of the time. Like I'll say, what the was he thinking?
What is Smeg-not?
Schmeg-not?
Yeah, Schmeg. And that okay, I did a paper on censorship in college and how stupid it is, because when you think about it, cuss words are nothing more than a social relief valve.
Yeah.
A way for somebody when they stub their toe to say "Fargity Bligalich."
Yeah.
Fargity Bligalich doesn't mean anything, but I said it with the same invective as if I had said a bunch of, quote, cuss words, unquote. What makes them any better than if I had said fucking hell?
Yeah, I know.
Seriously.
No. I mean, I tend to agree with George Carlin on the swear words and everything like that. It's the intentions that are more important than the words themselves. However, as he said, he does realize how some people can be a little put off with words like motherfucker and cocksucker.
Right.
There's
now,
a lot going on there.
Now, the thing is, when I wrote this paper, it was in college. I stood in the center of the square of the university with a poll asking people if they wouldn't mind telling me which words they found most offensive. Two of the words that were most offensive are not on the government you can't say this in prime time list. They were racial slurs. Why are those not illegal to say on the air? But that was just so impressively more than any of the quote unquote cuss words.
That's
I mean, almost
true.
no one chose the cuss words. They chose the racial words. It's like, why are we saying these words? Yeah, okay, there you go.
But
I interviewed.
It's also the context there too.
Oh, sure, but
If you listen to a rap album, there's an oftenly spoken racial slur there, but it's different context, not necessarily a problem. But even that's debated.
I can't find the full sketch, but there's a Billy Connolly. There's a Billy Connolly song, called a 4-letter word, and it's about the first time someone's called Kenneth Tynan actually used the F word on the BBC. But leading up to that, he does a whole thing about swearing, and he literally comes out. Someone tried to find it because he comes out with. He says he's not, but he says exactly what Dutch was just talking about. He says, make your own squares. The one's him, which is Getifer and Yabassa, right? I get away, Yabassa. And the Scottish, but it came in whatever you want. It came in. There's a wee bunch of pink daisies. Because but it's the way you say it. It sounds as if you're swearing.
Oh
because
yeah. Well, especially
exactly what
a
Dutch
Scottish
was saying.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Scottish accent sounds like you're swearing all the time.
Yeah, but I mean, I said it goes into a song with a 4-letter word. But if I could, oddly enough, I must have searched before because I put Billy Connolly before I got finished typing the word Billy. It said Connolly 4-letter word in the YouTube search. I'm just wondering if that is that the one? That might be it. Hold on a second.
Yeah. Well, more than 4 letters.
As I was saying, I actually, for that paper, I interviewed a member of the FCC. The FCC.
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is for anyone who doesn't know, the FCC is the Federal Communications Commission. They're the ones who make the rules for what is transmitted on the air, radio and television.
Mm-hmm.
They are a group of 9 people who are appointed by whoever has been elected president. So I'm talking with this guy. I talked with him for about 45 minutes, asking him my questions and following up questions and talking with him. And it was a wonderful conversation. And I thanked him for his time. And then I started reading my notes and I realized that we had talked for 45 minutes and he hadn't said a damn thing.
Yeah.
And I realized I was just in a conversation with a politician.
You were handled.
I was in a conversation with a politician. It was the first time I ever dealt with a politician. I was like, and I didn't even realize he wasn't answering my questions.
Well, technically, they're not supposed to be politicians because they're appointed and they don't run for election. But yeah,
and yet,
well, it's bureaucracy, politician.
How would the emperor maintain control without the bureaucracy?
I always thought the opposable thumb was overrated. But anyway.
So Natoth asked Shakara if she should tell Sheridan. He goes, no! If he gets involved, even more people will get killed. We keep this to ourselves.
They're going to handle it internally. Meanwhile, these guys are down below. Down below.
So glad we're covering this scene because it's so important.
It is.
Well, I have after this whole ordeal, I do have one question to pose to the chat about the Lumati and Ivanova.
Okay, well, I am going to, if you don't read it off, I can at least summarize. Basically, she shows down below, and people in the Lumati see the lurkers.
We call them lurkers, and yes, humans mostly. They come to Babylon 5 in search of new lives, new opportunities. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it doesn't. When it doesn't, quite often they don't have enough money for a return ticket, so they end up getting small jobs here and there. When those go dry, they end up moving into the undeveloped parts of the station, down below. Anyway, this isn't something you should be seeing. Most impressive. Excuse me? We isolated ourselves from inferior species, but you have shown the will to isolate yourselves from the genetically inferior parts of your own species as an evolutionary protection. You don't understand. This wasn't intentional. You're too modest. It's a brilliant move, Commander. You isolate the genetic pool, you limit their chances for procreation. You create a workforce without a power base to challenge you. This is not something we thought of. It's something we will institute in our world at the first opportunity. You see, alliances are built.
Yes. She's finally worth speaking to. And so the head Lumati starts talking to her and the translator can stop. And it's like, wow, this is cool. You guys are advanced enough because he sees it as if they
are deliberately creating a slave system. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, oh, hell. And that's what she says after this whole conversation. But yeah, I don't think we need to read more. I know it's hard, but
Doesn't that mean rapid fire in Bari?
yes, it does. Rapid continuous fire. But fortunately, there's no Mimbari around. Liza, did you say something?
Well, we haven't gotten to the scene where my question is relevant yet.
No. Okay. Well,
All right.
but at least here, what I think it's ironic, and it's a pretty good use of irony, I think, because it's not intentional. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's something to continually just think about.
He does mention the tall guy that there are similarities in culture, and apparently we're more similar than I thought. Thank you, Commander. It's like that was not what Susan wanted. Congratulations, Commander. Huh?
But I think they could say this in a way that, I mean, I don't know what if they have something they're trying to deliver here message wise. I would just say it's something that's, it's something we should just continually think about. I don't think any system that we've devised so far has eliminated poverty. And I don't think there's any system that can.
But capitalism has done more to eliminate poverty than any other system on the face of the earth.
I would prefer to say free market because the word capitalism.
That's so different.
Well, it is. It actually is. Capitalism is a term that was created by Marx as an insult for the free market. Yeah. So anytime you're promoting capitalism and using the word capitalism, you're using a Marx-designed insult.
Well, because
fair enough. Then free market.
Marx wanted to imply that it was a corrupt system, and a true free market. I mean, with all the competition that is going on, corruption would be a very rare thing to encounter. But Lawrence, I must disagree with you.
What?
I do believe that eliminating poverty from the planet is actually a very simple thing.
Oh,
There's
said
just
it's
too
not
many things in the way.
I'm just saying there's no system, because as soon as you're employing a system, it's going to go wrong somehow.
I agree with you, and I would recommend to anyone who's curious about learning about such a system, because it does exist. It has existed on this planet, and it does exist on this planet. Go watch the videos of Mr. John Jandai on YouTube.
He's not a politician or trying to do any kind of...
He's not a politician. He's not on anything. Just go watch his videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's not doing a system of government or any of that stuff.
No.
Just
he's not political at all.
He's smart. He just shows you how you can grow your own food and stuff like that on the cheap.
And he also tells a story of how I think he's from Thailand, how the government came into his self-sufficient village, and he grew up in this village. It's a big homesteading village, and people grew food, they made stuff, they were basically off-grid. Government came in there, convinced the children that they were poor, brought in television into the town. Children went off to work in the city, and he says he had not experienced real hunger until he left his quote-unquote poor town.
Well,
his story is so compelling, and then he explains how he comes back and creates kind of like a business, he becomes a big market gardener, and he buys his village more land. He has such a compelling story. Go and find him on YouTube.
It is certainly more free market than anything else.
Yes.
Basically, as far as poverty is concerned, if you're well fed and stuff, you're technically not in poverty, really. You may not have you may not have televisions or things like that, but if you guys are feeding yourself, living off the land, and rather healthy.
It's generally relative as well, because most people, certainly in the Western world these days, have a generally higher and better living standard than most people have ever had in history.
Oh, yeah.
It's just relative, because if you take the you take the extreme, you just take the numbers. Most people, for example, in the Western world, have easy access to relatively clean water.
Is it clean though?
Like I said, relatively, yeah, but they're relatively easy access.
Can you drink it? Can you drink it without getting dysentery or dying? Yes, it is clean.
Well,
some of our
hold the phone,
municipalities
guys.
have problems
What they
water.
put in municipal water is disgusting. And to talk about access to water, I mean, Lawrence and I didn't even live in Miami, the city proper. We lived in a suburb. To live there, treadmilling to make a living. Yes, we had electricity, running water that we paid through the nose for, and which is poison to your gut, by the way.
Well, that's a different issue, but yes,
but the thing is, I feel like, although now if you were to look at our books financially, we were much better, in a better position financially then, relatively speaking, than we are now. And people would say, "Oh, but your lifestyle was just much higher then than your." I would disagree.
No.
The stress and we were ill, and I feel like the standard of living is lower, and people really got to think about it. It's like, is this really living better?
Well, we're not living much lower at all. We still got, like, I got 4 computers. I'm online doing all this stuff. I mean, we're just doing it in a rural area that costs less. So we're doing better there.
You are not having to go to bed when it gets dark.
I agree with you, Colin, but I'm saying many people would.
Speaking of which, it just got dark. I gotta go to bed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, thinking about what people in the first world stress over.
Yes, definitely.
And
but I still
and the lifestyle that we have to hold to keep a roof over our heads where we used to live was, I don't think it was worth the rat race. I mean, I guess it's a matter of perspective.
No, we're doing better now, really.
I would encourage people to look at other ways of life and ask yourself, is what I'm doing now making me sick? Is what I'm doing now making me happy? Is this rat race worth it? Because let me tell you, keeping up 3 jobs just to hold a house in the gated community somewhere, and not having time to do your art, do anything creative, do anything with your life except work. This is a problem.
That is a problem. You're right. That's a problem, modern life. But again, I still would say that you take someone from 200 years ago and bring them forward to today, they will still think that you are much better, as you said. And a lot of those problems, you're right, and they're all first world problems, and yes, they are, and they're a result of technology, of various things. But as I said, on the whole, you still have access to those things.
Of course. And I would say, but what I like about John Jandai is that his message is don't believe everything you see on the TV. Don't believe everything the media tells you.
Oh, God,
Just
no.
because they tell you you're poor and that you lack this and lack that, it's not true, because the lifestyle
Necessarily.
they're pushing is toxic. And by
Oh,
the
yeah,
way,
absolutely.
most of the people where we live, the median income is $17,000. Most people who have a home here don't have to worry about their water being shut off on them.
Because they have a
They
well.
have access to their own water. We're not completely off grid, but I would look into this lifestyle of moving away from
I
the gridded system.
But again, I agree. But I repeat my earlier comment. You don't have to go to bed at night because when it gets dark,
Correct.
because you've got
Agreed.
no way of lighting. You have access to light 24 hours. You have access to
Grocery
fresh food.
stores.
Grocery, yeah. I was talking to
For
my
now.
guy. Yeah, but I mean, one major thing. I was talking to my guys on one of my role playing teams earlier on. I was saying it doesn't show up very often, but when I on my when you can sort of have a comment under your name in Discord and things like that, I have the line, an archer only needs 3 inches. Because if I get my arrowhead 3 inches into you, chances are you're going to die.
Depending
Not
on where you
now.
hit them, but yeah, chances are.
Yeah, not now, but when I'm shooting in 1346, in fact, any time at the 1800s, if I get an arrow into you, if you don't die now, you're quite possibly going to die from septicemia or something. Now, if I get an arrow 3 inches into you and you survive, they shake you down to hospital, they shoot you full of antibiotics, and they take the arrow out, and you're relatively, you're well again 6 months
Yeah,
later.
I don't remember us arguing against technology or advancements, but we're trying to. We're just saying.
I'm arguing against the system where you have to, for example,
the
call
system
and
stinks.
work 3 jobs,
Yeah.
treadmill,
absolutely.
and
The system
never
absolutely
do
stinks.
anything for yourself or your family, for your,
Yeah.
every human has this need
yeah.
to use their creativity.
And we're not the type of people that say, "Oh, wait, we need to develop a system like some sort of government-run system where
No, absolutely
somehow
not.
You guys are presuming that everyone lives in the same situation that you are talking about, and not everyone lives in that situation. There are plenty of people out there who make enough money in one job to support the entire family and therefore get to do creative things. I am unemployed and still have enough money to get by because my house and car are both paid for. I only have to worry about
Right.
insurance, groceries, utilities, and sundry. I mean, come on, you're basically just lumping everyone under one category because they live in a city where, by the way, everyone understands you use a Brita filter if you're going to drink tap water.
Yeah, I think
Not everyone understands. I remember the president's wife, not the current president, but one before, recommending that we drink tap water.
Sir, I would say, I mean,
well, let's not get totally into this. First of all, Dutch, I never said everybody's the same in all this.
No,
Lies has been speaking more than me, but I
wasn't talking to you, Lawrence. I apologize. I am
talking about the free market, and I thought that's something we could kind of connect on a bit.
That I understood, and I agree.
And the person that we were talking about, this John Dye, just recommends that people grow more of their foods, especially in this area, because then they're working for themselves.
Yeah,
exactly. He's proposing a different mindset to make, quote unquote, making a living, a different mindset as to what people think is poverty. And no, I didn't assume that everyone in the first world is treadmilling. Of course they're not. I'm just saying, clearly, there are a lot of people right now struggling in this economy. Yeah. And they have been for a long time. And this has nothing to do with who's in power and who isn't. I'm just saying there is another way, another system where real free markets can exist and more people can have the freedoms that we have to create, to have a fulfilling life. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Fair
I guess
enough.
we just need to not. When we talk about ideas, we don't mean it's for everybody or everyone's got to do it. And I think that's what I've been trying to say also. Is I'm not talking about any movements of government. I'm not the type of person to say, hey, government, fix my life. It's more like, what can I do differently to
Damn
fix my
hippies.
life?
Damn straight,
hippies.
Gavin.
Sorry for the coughing,
unit.
guys. I had a drink down the wrong pipe.
Swappers, that's why I drink coffee.
I'm with you there, Colin. Coffee is my drink as well.
I wish it were. I wish it were mine. It does nothing to me. Absolutely nothing.
Which is, I have to boil the water to make it.
That's one of those first world problems. All right. So,
don't you always boil water to make coffee? I mean, isn't that the point of coffee? You
not if you're a member of the Fire Nation. Not if you're a member of the Fire Nation.
Maybe.
Scott, there are plenty
Uncle
of us
Iro
hippies
could
still
heat
left.
up his water for tea. Hippie? How am I coming across as a hippie? I don't think we're hippies.
Mister, I guess to most people we are like hippies.
Now, okay, now if at the risk of going back about 30 years, I would have to say that if you're hippies, then that means if you ever have kids, your oldest one is going to wear a suit and tie.
Michael J. Fox.
Exactly. You remember Family Ties?
Yep.
No, but we're not hippies. We're free market people. We just we're more like
can we call ourselves free market hippies?
We're more like part-time homesteaders.
Free market homesteaders, yeah.
Free market homesteader hippie people.
But we're only part-time homesteaders. Most of the time I'm working on, from my office here, so it's
No, Scott, yes. Scott, yes, I know we're not okay, to explain we're not the communist hippies.
Oh God.
We're just like freedom, man, kind of thing. That's us. Yeah, we are those type of hippies. Yes.
You didn't get stoned out of your brains at the I think it was the junction of Haight and Ashbury in San Francisco, is it?
Or Woodstock in New York.
Because Haight Ashbury, I think, is where the hippie movement is supposed to have started. I think
Woodstock got a lot of them too.
Yeah,
it was. I think there was a lot of push in there from other places to make that happen because it was basically directing people who felt unsettled about things into doing something useless about it. Getting drugged up and drunk and
Was it tune in, drug up, tune in, and drop out or something?
Yeah. So it was, no. I mean, you can understand some of the issues, but I certainly wouldn't be electing any hippie to office. But then again, I don't really elect anyone to office.
And so, as we all know, of course, the biggest thing, the biggest defense we have against hippies is respecting the authority of Cartman.
Yes.
What?
No, it's South Park.
Oh.
Because Cartman hated hippies.
See,
you will respect my authority.
I've not seen too many South Park episodes.
I haven't seen the last couple of seasons, but they were, in their heyday, they were really, really good.
You will respect my authority.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I don't think they do full seasons anymore, just specials.
Nah, one of the best ones I really love was because I actually used to watch Dog the Bounty Hunter. God knows why, but when Cartman does his Dog the Bounty Hunter, that was fantastic.
I didn't catch what you just said, Colin. I heard Dutch in there, but that's all I got.
I said
Dutch the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, I said there used to be a TV series. What do they call it? Real life.
Yeah, kind of.
In
quotes. reality
set
show.
in Canada called Dog the Bounty Hunter. And it was actually, I used to watch it quite a lot, and it was quite a good show. And then South Park did their own version with Cartman doing Dog the Bounty Hunter. I'm gonna have to go back and watch some of those early to middle South Park episodes.
You will do nothing.
Well, you're jumping ahead because the guy first says, "We know where the Centauri can be found."
But he said that
the Zocalo
in the fade,
night
and
places.
I didn't get a clear picture of this
They are
place.
creatures of the night. You will do nothing. This is not your battle. Go back to your human friends. You have no authority here. You cannot take what you do not own. My authority comes from the Kari. It can only be taken by force.
Okay, so it's my own fault, but now I can hear him cry. But now I can hear him as Cartman.
Oh God!
Oh my God!
No.
You will respect my authority.
Oh, I so want someone to do
Poor
that now.
Jafar.
Yes. Oh,
Are
it's
you
gonna be done.
challenging me? You already issued the challenge.
Oh.
The question is, do you have the courage to back it up? And they start to fight. Grr, arr, grr.
Yeah, and they do the claw stuff. Oh,
Claw hands, jump kick.
Do you know what? I was watching this. I don't know why, but for some reason, that looks very. I don't know why, but that looks very feline to me.
It's supposed to.
But because cats don't stand on two legs, so I'm not sure why. I can't trying to work out why that looks feline.
Because cats fight with their forward claws like that.
Oh, well.
I mean, there's virtually no other animal on Earth that does that without.
well, they don't go on their hind legs and have both hands
And
like
just
that.
as
I've seen
Colin
cats
started
do that.
talking about cats,
But not for
Joser
that
jumped-
long. I mean, these guys are positioning themselves and moving around.
Granted, but cats are a humanoid.
Yeah.
They can be if they wanted to. Right,
Well, I would also describe that pose as non-rampant. Literally.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of regardant.
I need cat
or
hair
passant.
here.
Yeah.
So
for those who don't know, lions typically in heraldry are shown in three poses. One is passant, where they're basically lying down on all four haunches. Regardant, where they are standing and looking behind themselves. And rampant, where they are standing on hind legs with both claws forward, facing forward, like I'm going to tear your face off.
Yeah.
All right, looks like they go. Sorry to see you go, but good night. Sleep well.
Yes, good night, goat. Well, she's done the homesteading life herself.
You mean the
More
farm
than
life?
that.
Yes, she is.
It was non-food fighting. Fast as lightning. Yes, I remember called that.
Enough!
Well, Jakar kind of won, and then he says, enough.
Well, except in the middle of the fight, a guy starts to draw a weapon, and Natas taps him on the shoulder and goes, "No, you don't." Smack, knocks him out, and everyone else just sort of stands there looking at her like,
Good night,
"Okay, we won't do anything."
Yeah. Well, I mean, it does kind of. I don't kind of tend to want at that point the fact of it does kind of. I almost get the impression that are they saying that this is a society where females have some sort of where they're respecting that because she's a female that's done it, and I don't know. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, almost as if female because we know the females like this. Not we know they're not. They don't appear to be that different in gender roles, but I just wondered if maybe in Narn society the female has some sort of higher pose in some way. I don't know.
Not that I've seen in the show,
No.
but
No.
Yeah, I didn't see it. It looks like at best it's like maybe equal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think
Equal
I
importance.
get the impression they tend to be normally equal. I just wondered if just struck me as a possibility. But I was just a
No,
case of, she's turned
no.
around, she can smack him on the head. And
Well, Natoth
okay,
is there because she was right. You need someone to watch your back. And who else?
Back up a couple slides, would you? Because these are good lines.
Enough.
Enough! Nonsense! Now! Go back to your quarters. If peace on this station is the only way to win the war at home, then peace we will give them! Go!
But he's getting up.
And he stabs Jakar in the back like the brave warrior, coward he is.
Yeah, well, Natoth wasn't looking, unfortunately.
Ambassador! It's all right, Natos. A Drazi blade, poisoned, but I only caught a little. I'll get help. No, we mustn't let them see weakness. Walk beside me, Natos.
Yep.
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, they walk.
yeah.
Now pause there. Why is the Joker on the poster behind him? Two Jokers on that poster. If you go back a couple slides, you can see there's two of them. I don't understand that poster.
Two Jokers.
See? Right there.
Yeah.
Why so serious?
Wow. I don't know. Some band. Well, there's the outside view. We like to show it occasionally. All right, Sheridan and Delenn. Well, they decide, we're limited in what we can do, but we got to do something. Their governments aren't going to act. And she even says later that she doesn't have the same power she used to, but she'll do what she can. But basically, Sheridan, they're going to try to run food to the Narn civilians and take as many of them out of the war zone as they can. And that's basically it. I don't know. If you want to do these lines, you're welcome to, or we could summarize them. I don't know.
Yeah. This is as unofficial help as you can get. If we do this right, there won't be any fingerprints leading back here. But it is still a risk. Yes, I suppose. But Ambassador, I've learned the hard way that governments deal in matters of convenience, not conscience. If they fall behind, it is up to the rest of us to make up the difference. If we don't, who will? Who indeed? And that reminds me of President Reagan's line, if not us, who? If not now, when?
Yeah, well, in this case, it's...
And he, by the way, also informed her of Franklin having connections in getting people out.
Yeah, the telepath. So, yeah, they're basically going to do what they can, and that's the thing. It's personal responsibility.
Which comes in next episode as well.
Mm-hmm.
And they can have excess food from Babylon 5 shipped secretly by Minbari transports. Gesundheit.
Yep. And
this is Lawrence has sneezed, Colin has sneezed. This is nothing to sneeze at, guys.
I thought I'd meet.
All right, maybe this scene is.
Yeah. I think the solution is very clever.
What you're talking about? This or this?
No, the sex thing. I think that the solution. I mean, it's. I'm trying to think. I don't think it's inhuman, but again, I think it's just perhaps another attempt at showing aliens are alien.
Yeah.
Perhaps, I don't know.
Well, it depends, because are we talking about, obviously we're talking about a different thing here because he's talking about sex as a way to basically finalize this deal.
Yeah.
it's almost like getting close to one another. So obviously it's more sex for intimacy. It's not about producing offspring. So obviously
Yeah,
it's
no,
for
I'm
that.
sorry. It's nothing but grape.
But no, but again, I mean, it's an interest. Again, it's. I don't know. Maybe it's a sociopath in me, but I can. No, I mean, I can say. I can because I've read that much science fiction, and I don't sound like a pompous ass here, but I can see how a lot of our sexual morals and mores are based upon and resultant upon our biology.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. That's how it should be. But if you've got a different, if your reproductive system works differently, I can see how that might give a different attitude towards sex.
Yeah.
You know, so I can see why that might be a case of I'm not sure how to get. I'm not sure how to put it into words, but I can see how that might be a sort of not a form of diplomacy, but a way of seeing it that yes, we are that compatible. Or again, I'm not sure how to put it in words.
Well, the thing is, we don't know enough about their biology to see it any differently than the human context. In which case, it is troublesome. Yeah.
But again, I think the main purpose of this scene is to show that Ivanova is smarter than he is.
Yeah. Well, we don't get to that ultimate scene yet. She finds her way out of it.
I think
by radioing Corbin there.
I think we're giving the Lumati too much credit here. And Ivanova doesn't just outsmart him. She outsmarts him at him playing at his game. Yeah. Because we noticed that earlier in the episode, he steals a piece of her clothing and is smelling it.
Yeah,
this guy is trying to pass off his positions. Like, if Captain Sheridan were running these negotiations, they wouldn't have had to close the deal with sex.
Exactly. No.
And so he's using his position of power. And so and this situation to get something that he wanted out of her, and Ivanova.
I've always found that as a bit of an odd idea. And again, that probably says more about me than anything I necessarily want. But I've always found this generally strange that this idea of species A and species B having any sexual interest in each other, because how could you? Well, but then again, what some humans seem to get turned on by is
yeah.
I'm
not going to say anything against it, but I just don't understand the attraction to feet. To me, the foot's like the least attractive part of the body. But there are some people it just does it for them. Okay, you know what? You do you. Good for you, pal.
Mm-hmm. But only with consensual feet.
Yeah.
Adult feet.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, exactly. It would be really interesting. What would be an interesting point to find out, I think, would be if she'd done some research on the Lumati and found out whether or not having sex was a Lumati diplomatic, however you care to put it.
Yeah.
I mean, she said, the fact that he sort of made off with some of her undies, her night or whatever, wasn't that? Does put a different point of view on it, yeah.
If it were me, I would have reported him to Sheridan, and that might have thrown a wrench in negotiations, but you can't allow that to happen.
No, the plot definitely couldn't allow that to happen. Oh, wait.
Well, they...
I'm sorry. No, this is nothing but grape. in total, nothing about it is excusable in any way. This guy is trying to use his position of authority
Yeah.
Yes.
to
I mean,
grape this woman.
that's if
Yeah.
so that's what I'd be interested in. I mean, because if you take out the bit with him being creepy with her undies, then that puts a different spin on it. But because that's in there, you're right. It does make that a very creepy, grapey situation.
And it's probably one of the reasons why I despise this entire plot line.
Yeah, which is one reason why I said it would be really interesting for me to know.
If it
My guess is when they got to the Minbari homeworld,
the
the Minbari had already been informed by Delenn what this guy is about, and they had a male talk to him about everything.
Yeah,
a warrior class, by the way.
Well, and apparently it's the men that turns them down. But yeah, exactly. Phantom Outside. That's the thing is we don't. Is what will be, as I said, I would be interested to know will be. Is it one of their customs or not? Because
I don't think that's what the episode was going for.
No,
though.
no,
they were. No, they were trying to say.
I said, yeah, the whole bit of it is it's a not particularly well placed comedy bit which allows the lens to pull one over on him.
Yeah, they may not have been going for it, but they sure got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in a real world situation, none of that is okay. And you know what? Even if it was a Lumati custom to close a deal with, with sexual relations, I mean, we're in no way obliged to honor that part of their culture.
Yeah, agreed.
And it's like, it goes both ways. We respect your culture where we have common ground, but you also have to return that favor. It's like with the, it's highly, I don't care, highly unrealistic. I mean, Ivanova, if Ivanova were a real person, she would have reported this to Sheridan, whether it was a part of the culture or not. So
yeah, I mean, the whole point of this is the humorous quote unquote subplot, and it's utterly repulsive.
Agreed.
Yeah,
both in terms of their feelings on evolution, to him trying to grape Ivanova. The entire plot line is dreadful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree that it was in poor taste to try to make this a comedy type thing.
Yes,
I always cringed.
But it makes me also think that may not be their intention, but it makes me think about how sometimes in history there are alliances that, where war makes strange bedfellows.
Yeah, I mean the other thing is
but this. Go on, Colin. I'm sorry.
Okay, what the point of this maybe is asking how far are you prepared to go, or how far should you go to obtain what may be a very important alliance with someone who you don't necessarily like. I don't know. That might be what the part of it's about. I don't know.
I agree, Colin. Is it ever a good idea to make alliances with someone in any other situation would be your enemy?
Yeah.
Your values do not align.
Yeah. And the enemy of my enemy is still the enemy of my enemy.
Yeah, like you said
my
before,
enemies,
these guys have more of a like a shadow-like philosophy, but of course they don't know the shadow philosophy at this point.
Yeah, the enemy of my enemy is my enemy's enemy. Nothing more, nothing less.
Exactly right.
And Phantom Outsider has it right. Ivanova would have gotten a signed agreement and then said, "Yeah, the way we do it is in the airlock. After you," and then she just spaced him. After he signed the agreement.
Or okay, yes.
The government might have a problem with that later.
Okay, the way do it is that of course you may have noticed there's not many females to male ratio. That's because after we mate, the female kills the male.
Yeah, it's like that's a part of our culture. I'm just,
Yeah.
honoring a part of our culture, and
Yeah,
we're like
praying
praying
mantis.
mantis
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
I like that idea.
Jakar
But-
came through.
But Natoth has a gift for us, courtesy of Jakar.
Yeah, Jakar came through for Sheridan here, is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Basically got this guy to confess, and he's going to...
And Sheridan
Pay
does
for it.
question it. It's like, how do we know this is really the guy? And Natoth is like, he will confess. But they're still not in the clear.
Yeah, because trying to remember why I said that. Because, well, Garibaldi, always the bringer of bad news.
Yeah, because even though they've got the guy, it's still going to cause trouble with the
Malari.
Centauri. Yeah,
Unless Malari could be persuaded to be a cool guy.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. But Dr. Franklin,
This is
Mr. Humanity here, Mr.
Yeah.
Humanity here, all of a sudden is like, well, they just treat this like it's a handshake, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
What a ha-ha line.
I mean,
this is why we don't like Dr. Franklin.
This is just part of it.
Put a bag over his head.
But the odd
Do
thing
it
about
for
this
Babylon
is that
5.
this is an extremely bad taste comment, but he's also the one that comes up with the solution, or that gives the hint that gives her the solution.
Exactly. Well,
I mean,
it was,
yeah.
She got a solution based on it, but I like this. Isn't this like what you guys had in World War II? It's like, put a bag over his head and do it for England. What?
I'm not sure it's a World War II thing, but yeah, I mean that's what that's the thing that he's riffing on.
Yeah.
Then his next suggestion is, well, he could inject you with something to make you sick, so you could claim you're too sick to have sex, and she's like, what?
Yeah.
And then he says he doesn't know anything about anybody's biology but his own. He'd fall for it. That's it.
Right.
All right, I'll get a needle. No, not that. I've decided I'm going to give him exactly what he wants.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there we are back.
Yeah.
I can't even read my text because
it says signs of home, or signs of hope. I mean, yeah. Poor Jakar. He never should have been allowed to hope.
Well, no, he got a meeting with Sheridan, so he thinks, all right, here's the thing we've been looking for. I came through for him.
You work toward cooperation, you get what you need. Poor Jakar.
Yeah.
Yep.
He set his hopes too high, and Sheridan allowed him to do that.
Well, I did include the good drama parts.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he says, leftover food and medical supplies. Leftover, not even like actual supplies. And then cargo holds to smuggle out a few here and a few there. Sorry. It's the best we can do, Ambassador. No ships, no cruisers, no fighters to come in on our side. No mines, drones, weapons. We cannot enter this conflict, Jakar. You know that. But we can help to save as many of your people as we can. But I can't tell anyone about it. Can't use this as leverage on the others. Because if I talk about it, the aid disappears. I'm afraid so. This has to be done on the QT, Jakar. But it's a start. I thought you'd be pleased. Yes, of course I am quite pleased. I understand the risk you are both taking. I will honor your request. And I thank you on behalf of the many Noms whose lives this will save. Thank you.
I think
and he walks away and starts crying.
Yeah.
But I think the thing is that I suspect, thinking that he's the part of the problem there. I think it's not so much that there's so little they're doing; it's that he realizes they're doing everything they can, but he can't even use this as a way to help keep his people in line.
Right.
But I mean, when you
Sorry.
just occurred to me watching that, I said, if you think about when you get onto it, if we actually do the movies, when we do In the Beginning, yeah, the first TV movie In the Beginning, when you see what Jakar was doing during the Earth Minbari conflict, that's kind of a little callback to what he's kind of on the other side to what's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that's retroacting the plot into it, which at this point had not happened.
Yeah. Actually difficult to tell if he's crying or laughing now at times.
I
No,
know.
it's not.
It's a little tough.
No,
I mean, it's
no,
the face. It says
it's
but
not because of the face. The face makeup does not allow him to drop the cheekbones. That's
Yeah.
why it makes it a little hard. But
Yeah.
Andreas Katsulas does such an amazing job with this. You know he's crying.
yeah.
Well, now this is Ivanova's quarters.
Uh-huh. I've thought it over, and I'm ready now. I set aside as much time as required to have sex as is done by your species. Since if we were to do it human style, it'd probably be too much for you. Are you implying that Lumati sex is inferior? Why, no, not at all. Not as such. I mean, it just wouldn't be fair to ask you to do it our way on such short notice. You know, the pressure to perform. Enough. To conclude our deal, we will have sex human style. You sure? You do know what this entails. Of course, ignorance is an inferior trait. That's what I thought. Are you ready? Yes.
Okay,
Good.
you could stop there at the good. No, you could stop there at the good.
Oh no, you wanted me to do this. I'm doing it. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Hey there, the 3x4. You come here often? Yes, I do. Boom shakalaka. Boom shakalaka. Just.
I must have, I'm sorry. I don't know if this is a male female thing or what, but I think this is a fucking hilarious scene.
I'm done.
I mean, there's times I've seen it and I'm like, oh, this is too rough. They could have done better with it. But in time, I kind of grown to just be like, it's fun, whatever. Let people have fun.
The best part of this whole scene is when she finishes chanting, the inferior Lumati grabs her hand and kisses it, meaning thank you. You really, you know. It's like it's the justice that the poor little guy needed to see.
Yeah,
I guess
the best bit of this scene is just the look, not even the thank you, just the look that you get from the translator.
Well,
but he does ask at the end, what do I do now? Oh, you're gonna play a clip. Sorry, let's play.
Yeah, because I thought we should.
Because of course
we got to do it a special way.
Yeah.
Because we're going to have to pause. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it'd
it's
be
too
too
long.
Here we go. I think it's that one. Is it?
Yeah.
No. No. Well,
Number
no.
three.
You don't
sorry.
see the menu I'm clicking on. All right. There we go. Oh.
Boom shabba lubba lubba, boom shabba lubba.
It's Boom Shubba Lubba.
Shabba lubba lubba. Yeah, you're right. Not shakalaka.
It's like they messed up the hokey pokey, and then they changed this to
it
Shubba
does
Lubba.
not mean I sing.
Does that mean acting?
Yes.
Lubba lubba. Hey there, 3 bags full.
Which bags?
3.
But which 3 bags?
The 3 bags.
You come here often? Yes, I do. Dinner shabba lubba lubba. Drink shabba lubba lubba. Kiss, 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 kiss. Grab! How do you like it so far?
Grab this ass.
I wonder how much of this was actually written and how much it is
Was improv.
actually improvised.
Yeah. I figure at least the ass grab was improv.
Yeah.
I like the look on his face.
I slept with you the other night. You didn't call. You didn't write. I think you did it just for spite. Oh, yes.
Tell me about your portfolio. Lie about your parents.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Tell me about your portfolio. Oh, yes. 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 Lie to me about your family. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Eat your heart out, Meg Ryan.
And now we get to the orgasm I was not even going to try to attempt because you don't want my voice going that high.
Are you talking about when Harry met Sally or something?
Yes. Oh, having.
Oh, yes. 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 Yes.
See, that's the note I can't hit.
Wait,
God,
look
you
at the
got-
guy in the back. He's smiling.
Yeah, exactly. He realizes that she's taking the piss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait a minute. The guy in the back is the telepath, isn't he?
Yes. Yes, he
Well,
is.
he
That's
has
how
to
he
be.
could. Well, yeah, that's how he could read the guy's mind.
Yeah.
So he knows
Yeah.
what's happening here,
Yeah, it depends how tough it is, but yeah,
and
but
it's
yeah.
making him really happy. And this is the most satisfying part of this whole
Yeah.
scenario.
I just hate this scene so much. I've never actually analyzed it. It was like, okay, yeah, Paul Williams' character is a telepath. That's why he does what he does at the end. Okay.
Oh, and that's where it ends.
No, it's
Yeah.
not at all weird.
Yeah.
What's not weird?
That he
Ardent
finds Claudia
Party.
Christian
Ardent
more-
Party. No, it is not weird that you find Claudia Christian more attractive now. In fact, it would be weird if you did not.
Wait, Phantom Outsider has a good theory. She could have told the guy, we do emotional energy transfers. That's how we do it. You know?
But he asks, "What do I do now?" Old style, you roll over and go to bed. New style, you go out for pizza and I never see you again. Perhaps I'll call you before I go. And she just holds out her hands like, whatever.
But this
And then,
guy,
and then Paul Williams comes over, kisses her hand, smiling.
and he
Talk.
yells, "Talk!"
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, well, she did herself up for the scene.
Her makeup is great.
Yeah.
It always is, but you know,
Yeah.
the dressy makeup looks good too. Yes.
And I can understand why you'd probably want this Narn tried here on Babylon 5. Absolutely. You know, the victim was one of your people, and as such, it's nominally in your court. I just think the trial should be delayed for as long as possible. You know, keep a low profile, no announcements, no press. The Centauri was killed. You have a picture? I am sure you can sympathize with our situation, Ambassador. This is a potentially explosive situation, and much as your first instinct might be to go public, I know this one. He was trouble. I always said things would not end well for him and that it would be his fault. Yes, well, he did attack a group of Narns, provoke them. As I thought, he has no family back home, no one to miss him or fight for his name. Well, I would expect nothing less than the deportation of the Narn in question. His personal effects were confiscated, auctioned, and the proceeds donated to the Centauri War Fund.
I'm sure that'll make a big difference.
Yeah, but that irony is all the justice
Yeah.
I require.
Yeah, it's
Even though
more
it's
of,
just a tiny little scrap, it's the fact that it goes to the Centauri
Yeah.
Fund.
hmm they know how to do it. They
Is
have
there anything else?
experience.
Is there anything else?
No,
No.
I don't think.
No, I don't think so. Well, then I shall be going. Good day to the both of you. And Sheridan's smiling, and Garibaldi's like, the hell? And now
So,
Sheridan's
yeah.
off duty.
hmm
Commander? Oh, Captain. I was about to go looking for
Oh,
you.
putty tat tam. I taught her to a putty tat.
Yeah, Jojo. I've been trying to get him on cat cam and finally got him on. You're
Oh.
a baby.
You
He jumped on my
did!
desk.
You did tell a putty tat.
Hold on a second. Let me try and enlarge.
Oh, what
that
kitty
if I
can't
can.
resist the chin scratchies?
I taught her to a putty tat creeping up on me.
You did tell a putty tat.
He's 9 years old. He's a baby still, though. Look at this baby.
And licking your hand. By the way, my last cat, and that means literally last cat, Pumpkin, was one hell of a chipmunker. She was hell on chipmunks. And one day I came out there onto the back patio and found her licking that chipmunk that she had just killed. And licking and licking and licking and licking and licking. The next chipmunk she killed, I only found its head and remains, not the entire body. In fact, almost none of the body.
The look,
It's like,
the look on the. Sorry,
well, I guess you got a taste for a chipmunk when you were licking it, didn't you? It's always what I think when I see cats licking humans. They're just
look on
getting
the
a
face.
taste for us.
the look on the face that says, "Slave, where have you gone?"
Yes. Where's my hand? I want some pets.
Oh, look at the
Looks
paw
like
on the
it.
keyboard, ready to screw up your entire stream.
Yep.
Oh, yes. He does that. And my mic is here, too. You might
I
hear
love the
him.
squinty eyes.
Yeah. It's that evil look.
All
Yes,
right.
better.
I'm going to try to close out. Can I? Yes.
Phantom Outsider thinks that actually is Liza, and she's an animagus.
She's an anime guest.
And for those who don't know, an animagus in the Harry Potter world is a wizard who can turn themselves into an animal.
Oh, yeah. She knows the Harry Potter stuff.
Yes.
Not everyone does.
I know. I don't. But she does.
I was over to look for you. I heard the good news about Londo. Congratulations. And to you too. The Lumati sent word to Earth, confirming they were just working with us, and said some very complimentary things about you. Which reminds me, the head Lumati left this for you before he took off.
What happened?
Well, isn't that sweet? The head Lumati left this for Ivanova before he took off.
I'm holding. Hold on here. I have those last few slides. I don't know how I got. What the hell? Why am I
If there's
here?
if there's not a yellow cone, you missed the scene.
Yeah.
How come I'm back here?
We don't know. We don't see what you're seeing.
Oh, you don't?
No, we're seeing the proper slide, which reminds me, the head Lumati left this for you before he took off. Now we send a message of our own. Are you at the end of your slide deck?
I'm trying to figure out where I am. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, isn't that sweet? What's it say? Next time, my way.
Ooh.
Is there something you want to tell me, Commander? No, sir.
Yeah, I just left it at this. I'm just wondering what that could do.
I don't want to know.
No one wants to know.
No.
Meanwhile, Londo is still at the bar. And who walks in? But Garibaldi.
And this is our final slide, so I don't do this scene. But if you want to read off any lines, you're welcome to.
Thanks.
I figured.
What you did. Well, it would not bring him back. And he was trouble. The Narns are falling before us. Soon they would have all the trouble they could wish for. What else does one need? And if it makes your life a little easier in this difficult time, it is a happy coincidence. She sets a drink in front of him. It is good to have friends, is it not, Garibaldi? Even if maybe only for a little while.
Yeah.
Even if only for a little while. And they nod their glasses towards each other and they drink.
Mm-hmm. And that's the end of that. So, sacrifices. What other sacrifices were made? Let's see.
The Centauri sacrificed their man. The Narns sacrificed their man. The Centauri accepted that their man was a troublemaker and sacrificed him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, along with the ship sacrifice at the beginning, makes the 3 acts of sacrifice, and possibly Ivanova's sacrifice of her self-esteem, perhaps.
Well,
God,
Jakar
that entire third plot line sucked.
Jakar also sacrificed a bit of his.
No, he didn't sacrifice anything. He reestablished his power aboard that station. He made it clear he is the one in charge, and the other Narn had better get used to it.
But that took sacrifice to do it. He had to take a Drazi blade.
Okay.
Sorry, I don't think I'm going to be able to see him.
Oh no!
Exercising authority again without hearing counsel.
You will respect my authority.
Yeah.
Next time I see him, I'll try to do this voice for him.
Yeah. I'm going to have to see if I can do a little bit of magic myself, I think, there.
I'd like to go to the South Park studio thing where you can make your own South Park characters.
Oh, right.
I want to see if I could make a Jakar, but I don't think they have that pattern for skin tone. They need a Jakar pattern for the skin tones on South Park Studios.
The Puddy Tat is trying to find his summon slave function key. He's found it. She found it.
No, that's the guy. That's Joser. He's named after the. He's named after the pharaoh who had commissioned the step pyramid.
All right.
It's called the Step Pyramid of Joser. We did have an Imhotep at one time, but we think somebody, just before we completely adopted him, someone had taken him in themselves.
All right.
So we end up with just Joser.
Joser the Joserian, choose and perish.
He's just looking at it.
Why have I got a swirly in my fur that looks like the end of that microphone?
We can't understand why that would be.
So anybody want to say anything before we depart? I think Wednesday we're doing part 3 of Excalibur.
Excalibur. By the way, turns out I did not order the regular Blu-ray off of your link. I didn't order it at all. I never actually completed the order, so I will now be ordering it tonight.
It's sitting in the car.
I'm still operating on the TV version.
Yes, folks, we do have some links. Like if you need some Babylon 5, I have the links in the description.
Did I accidentally mention your Amazon links when I said that? That's so surprising of me.
Well, they're in the description.
Are they?
Well, the one for Babylon 5, on Wednesdays, we have the ones for Excalibur. And also, I have some links to the Mallory audiobooks and what's her name? The author you turned me on to.
Professor Armstrong, Dorsey Armstrong.
Dorsey Armstrong, right. She actually did the foreword to that Mallory book. You know, like a foreword to...
Yeah.
Le
Mort d'Arthur.
d'Arthur.
By the way, Gavin said the cat is really hamming it up for the camera. The cat is lying there, almost falling asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a cat, of course. It's hanging it up.
Like, you shall pay attention to me.
Orange tabby with a white blaze.
So, Dutch, when are you getting your video out on aliens?
Orange tab.
I am still at
Tabby
48. I'm still at 48 subscribers, but I am almost done with the actual Alien 3 is not canon video. And I hope everyone likes it.
I was thinking earlier on today, mate, something you could possibly do if you felt like it.
Yes.
Since you know a lot of trivia, just sort of drop short. Yeah, just drop shortish videos on trivia on this film or whatever. You know, if you know. It might be something that you could perhaps do for for videos. Just say, however long you would do one we're doing for, trivia.
Whatever, whatever makes you think I know anything about trivia?
I don't know. Just a strange idea.
Well, I left your link there. I put the underscore in, so that should work. Basically, folks, we need 2 more, so he has 50. So then he can live stream, but he wants to do the videos first.
I'll do either first, as long as I can do them.
Well, no. You don't need the 50 to release the video. So get the video out as soon as you can.
I know. I'm trying to, but if I get 50, I can do a live stream immediately.
Good. So there you go, folks. Just 2 more subs, and then you can live stream. And then I don't know. What would you stream then? Like if the video isn't ready yet, I guess you could stream teasers.
Indeed, I can. I can stream about anything I want.
You could stream about.
I can stream about. You'll have to tune in to find out.
You could stream about. You could do Mr. Brown reactions. You could take his Sunday musings and do commentary.
I'd hope I would be a little more original than that, but yes. Rather than just grab somebody else's stream and go, "Yeah, let me talk about their stream."
Well, plenty of YouTubers do it. Imagine Brown would just be like, "What?
What? Coming out? What?"
All righty.
And by the way, that logo that I have there is still courtesy of Star Wars Retold. Swap Shop, the man, the myth, the legend. You haven't yet read the book. Hopefully it'll be published someday. You may have read the movie or at least heard the movie. It is worth checking out. Praxium of the Pathfinders from Star Wars Retold. 12 episodes so far, just over 5 hours. Get on it, folks. It is so well made.
That's what we did last week.
Yes, it takes place right after The Force Awakens, which, granted, was not the best movie in the world, but it sets up the universe for Swap Shop's retelling, and it replaces The Last Jedi, thank God, and anything that came after that, which I never did see.
It's going to draw you in 100%.
Yeah, there are times where I'm listening to it on my phone, and then I look at my phone to see what's going on screen. Oh, wait, it's an audio drama. I'm not kidding. Many times I turn to look at my phone to see what's happening. Oh, wait, it's an audio drama.
Well, that just goes to show how good his sound design is.
Yep. And the acting and the writing and everything else. Yes.
Everything. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's like a movie, but without the visuals.
It's acting with AI voiceover, so it does sound like the characters, so you could really immerse yourself in it. I myself am still working on my Rey Skywalker. She's still
like
from
a
New
Monty
York.
Python character.
By the way,
he's a very naughty boy.
Back to Babylon 5. I'm looking at the credits. The bartender is not Kat Cressida. She is listed as Catherine, Kathryn.
I think that's the actress's name.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Also,
but you had said her casting was Kat. Like now she's listed as Catherine.
All right, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, Colin's like, all right.
I just like to have actors, credited for their actual names. That's all.
You're right.
Yeah. If she ever watches Earworms.
I hope she does. Catherine, you do a great job. We love you.
Yeah.
And Lawrence uses your clips every time someone makes a super chat.
Oh, is that still her?
Yeah,
Yes.
She also runs Earhart's.
Yeah.
Next round's on Mr. Garibaldi!
Severin would approve of your compliance.
Like I care what Severin would think.
Oh, Empress Severin is a good character. That's
She's a good character,
thing.
but I hate her.
The cool well, you're supposed to.
Yes.
The cool thing is when you're doing Praxima of the Pathfinders, you get basically a lot of the Star Wars characters but you also get new characters because the story is going in a different direction. And the characters that we already kind of knew are better than how they turned out. Like Snoke really becomes a character in his own right in this telling. And then, of course,
wait, are you saying that whoever wrote this actually gave motivation to the characters in the story? Why, that's almost unheard of.
It
I
is
was going to say, I was going to say, better than the originals is not exactly a high bar. No,
well, yeah. Well, I just need to say that because people would.
The better way to say it is as good as the original trilogy.
Well, that's the thing. It's like
if not better.
Yeah, but we also.
Story's
I mean, the thing is, how can you make characters and just not make characters? They're just there. And I don't know. Well, Swapper solved that. He made their characters for them. And what does Ardent Party say?
He's saying character motives. That's not very Ruin Johnson of you. I thought he had written Ryan Johnson. I was going to say, you misspelled Ruin.
So, what's coming up Wednesday on Brown?
I don't know. I wasn't in the last Wednesday.
They shifted gears from the toys to
that's right. They did the 1990.
I think it's
1990.
1990. Oh no,
I think it was 1990 films. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they have nothing else, it'll probably be 1991.
Okay.
And more Top Bond goals. They don't need to go any further because I suppose they need to get the second, but they got the winner, so don't need to go any further. You don't need to go any further than the first than the first Roger Moore movie. Nothing. Jane Seymour. You don't need anything more than that to top the list.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I bet you're talking about Jane Seymour.
I mean, okay, so maybe I'll let you have a fight between Eva Green and maybe one or two others for second and third places, but yeah, okay. The rest is just an also-rans race anyway. Sorry.
The girl from Russia with Love is still ranking up there, and honestly has my vote over Jane Seymour.
From Russia with Love.
I respect your right to be wrong.
I respect your right to be wrong as well.
You can see.
In other words, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. Nah.
Gavin said, I've done all the 1991 movie slides and missed all the best films.
Oh.
Have you really? There. Oh, that's awesome of you, Gavin. Well done, sir. I guess
hold on here.
Wednesday show will be.
I do keep thinking, okay, so maybe what Boone should do if everyone dislikes Gavin's choices is okay. Give people a couple of weeks and give the members of the panel a chance to nominate their own movies instead of whinging about Gavin every week.
But it's fun to whinge about Gavin.
Well, it's fun to whinge about Gavin every week, yes, but I mean,
what can we do if we can't whinge about Gavin?
Gavin's dedicated. He after our episodes, he always leaves a comment, and it's greatly appreciated because that helps people find us. Gavin's a great contributor.
I do too.
I know, like 20 of them. Here's Jane Seymour. I was going to ask you, Colin, what film would this be on the right?
That is Jane Seymour, the wife of the only son Henry VIII had. The
Yeah,
only
it does
wife
say in the
Henry VIII ever
caption, which I
supposedly
should have read,
had.
but
Yeah,
I
try
didn't.
clicking on the upper left picture in that selection.
Upper left.
Yeah,
And I believe Jane Seymour
there she is.
took her name from the historical character, because I can't remember. What's her name? I used to know what her real name.
So did I. God, hang on, I'll look it up.
So, in other words, you're saying this isn't Jane Seymour from James
No,
Bond?
no, definitely
yeah,
not.
that's not Jane Seymour from James Bond.
That's a shame.
Born Marjorie Seymour Fitzpatrick.
How about this?
All
Jane
right,
Seymour?
wow.
And that's Fitz-Patrick.
Ooh.
And Live and Let Die, by the way, in case anyone didn't know, was her very first film.
Yeah.
In the credits, it says, and introducing Jane Seymour.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll keep it.
She is such a beautiful woman. She is. She has retained her beauty throughout the decades and is just such a lovely person.
Jane Seymour. Oh yeah, I vaguely remember that now. Henry VIII. Yep.
She's died, as in divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. Yeah. She is the one that he kicked Natalie Portman. Sorry, I mean Anne Boleyn out of bed for.
Why is there so much hate for Natalie Portman? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I think she's I think she's absolutely gorgeous in the other Boleyn girl. I don't know. I think the Portman person is a piss take. I don't know. I don't know if she ever got involved in the sort of the equality thing. The reason for it is the reason for that Natalie Portman is a piss take of this thing about no masculine or feminine nouns and all the rest of it.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Right. Well, I remember
I don't know
one time. I mean, and I don't follow this normally. It's just one time I saw a clip of her on like a red carpet walk where she was saying what dress she's wearing. It was a dress that had the names of female directors sewn into it.
Oh,
and she was promoting that. And it's like, I don't mind. It's just one of the things is maybe back into the time where female directors were still, needing opportunities, but nowadays the opportunities are kind of like, they're plenty, and a lot of times there's not good examples. But
you mean in the bad old times when we didn't have films like Wonder Woman 1984, and we didn't have Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Well,
that's
just the thing. I'm just saying that the opportunities are more now, and but unfortunately, some of the representatives aren't that great as directors. No. But it has nothing to do with being women. It's like, women are capable of being great directors. It's just they're picking not so good female directors as well as not so good male directors.
Women are also capable of being very terrible directors, as we've seen.
Yeah,
I've shared another picture. This is for any who might be trying to see what exactly my avatar is. This is the image. This is the image that Swap Shop made for me, and that I slightly vandalized.
I'm trying.
No, that's my avatar. I shared the picture, which is the whole picture.
Yeah, I'm looking for it, and I don't see it. I'm down below. All I see. Oh, there it is. They put it in a different order.
Yep. So he made it for me. It did not have the DG logo in it, but that empty space there between the words at the bottom and the gold logo, I was like, oh my God, that needs my logo right there. Mm-hmm. So I did vandalize his art. But this was an amazing gift from Swap Shop, and I am indebted to him for it.
Yeah, it's good. It really is good.
Swapper is he is the AI whisperer.
Yeah, it's funny when I first tried to mess with this, I basically asked the AI to add my logo to the empty area without changing the rest of the picture. and it changed the rest of the picture. It shortened the can. It moved the words at the bottom about 1/4 of an inch up, and it just it ruined the entire can. And I was like, this is not what Swappers made. So ultimately, I ended up taking that picture in paint.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's sometimes the easiest way to do it.
Cropped out the DG that it had put into the can, then opened Swapper's original photo in paint, pasted it in, and then dragged it into place so that it would look like it belongs.
Yeah. That's sometimes why I end up doing some things. And AI is great for some things, but
yeah, I'm a whiz with paint.
Oh, good.
I'm surprised. I mean, I'm because of the age of my computer, I'm still on the old, paint. I mean, the paint on my laptop on the laptop has 3D. My old one, it's Windows 8, so it's a Windows 8 era paint. But yeah, I mean, the things that I can do with paint, I can do a lot of things with it.
Well,
Oh,
if
and
you
you
need
have
something,
a Windows 8 computer?
Yes.
Was that pre-XP, Lawrence?
It's post XP.
Post, yeah.
XP.
Oh, okay, but still, that's impressive.
I'm still working on a Windows 7 and Windows 7 PC.
Wow. I seriously need to upgrade my Windows 8 PC because it's.
The days when Windows was stable.
As in upgrade things to see if I can actually get the memory up to something usable, because at the moment it's really slow.
Well, the thing is, 7 and 10 were known to be stable. I think 8 was one of the ones that was. I had a computer that came with it, but it did upgrade to 10. Well,
I'm working on a new laptop. It's a 2-in-1. It's a laptop / tablet, and it did come with Windows 11. More's the pity. I actually had to find a way to cheat the computer into unlocking Windows Photo Viewer, which is the superior photo viewing program in Windows, because it doesn't use even half the memory that Windows Photos uses. And it is far more forgiving if you come across a picture that is corrupted. It won't quit the slideshow. It'll just be like, well, you can't see this picture. You want to go on to the next one? Yes, I would. Thank you. Because I'll come back from conventions. I'm sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say, I recently put, what is it I put on here? It shows up on Windows Office Photo Manager, I think I recently put onto my laptop, which was on the PC.
Well, Windows 11 comes with Windows Photo Viewer. You just can't see it unless you put in some commands into the kernel to actually change everything so that you can see it.
The laptop's Windows 10, which is better, but
it is.
But for some reason, I genuinely, I don't know if it's what it is, but when I use Windows, as I say, use Windows Paint. What's it? Microsoft Office Photo. What it was called. For some reason, it doesn't update. So I have to literally, because if what I do, what I tend to do is I use, if I'm sort of trying to do something to frame it to put on the phone as wallpaper, for example, I'll do the copy and paste and the rest of it in Paint, and then I use because Photo Viewer has a much better crop thing. I'll crop it in that. But for some reason, on the laptop, if I do that and go to another one, so I save another file to edit, it doesn't update unless I have to do Control F5. I have to manually update it, which is weird. I mean, because it automatically updates on the Windows 8 machine, so maybe it's because an older version of Paint of I don't know. It's very strange.
Well,
I don't know.
I've been using GIMP,
but I'll go to sci-fi conventions or gaming conventions, and I'll take hundreds of pictures of folks in their costumes, of displays, of myself with celebrities, and I'll come home and I just want to go through the pictures. So I dump them into a folder, and then I start using left arrow, right arrow to go through the pictures. If I want to use an Apple to do that, good Lord, I have to load every damn picture into iPhoto first, which takes forever. I'm like, why do I have to do this? So I really just prefer PCs now, and Photo Viewer is the best way to do it because it takes so little memory to run. Granted, on my new laptop, I have memory to spare, but what the heck? Why not use the better program?
I mean, I'm wondering if it may be because, and the other thing is, again, on the laptop, it shows up as just Microsoft Office 10. So I'm wondering if it's because my Office 10 isn't activated that might be the thing. I don't know, but it's certainly a lot easier to use than anything else I've got.
Yeah. Well, GIMP is one thing you can use. It's open source. It's free for Windows, Mac, and Linux. I'm, of course, using it on Linux, but it's also Windows. That's what Liza uses for some photo editing. But also Adobe Express, their web-based stuff that's free. You can do a lot with that.
It's pretty powerful.
Yeah, when we worked for schools, we used to have Photoshop and Premiere and the Adobe Creative Suite. But when that went away,
we had to find free alternatives.
Because Adobe is just way too expensive.
It's untouchable. And I love their DAW. That's the one thing I do miss about the Adobe suite is Audition.
Yeah.
Make audio editing
Audacity
so much easier.
Is a little bit rough.
The thing is with I've found free tools that are really, really useful. What annoys me is having to export everything into different apps to be able to do what I used to be able to do in one application. It's annoying. But you do what you have to do.
Yep.
You know, if you have a budget of 0.
So when is Colin appearing on your channel, Liza?
Colin, it's the following Tuesday, not this Tuesday coming, but the following Tuesday.
The 9th, you said.
So I'm going to, and so I will reach out to you and we will compare notes and see how we're going to run the stream. It's going to be interesting.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, I know Alex. I know Alex has said because he wants to do a talk about the Gazulamans, but especially on the grounds that I said he knows how far he certainly knows how far he can actually go. I don't always necessarily know. Okay, but how much can I say without actually spoiling things that Alex doesn't want?
How much spoilers he's willing to
reveal?
Okay.
Yeah. How do I explain this without explaining this?
And as we have just now, well, Colin has just now reached June, and Lawrence, Liza, and I are within 2 or 3 hours of getting into June. May I just say, how rare is a day in June?
I'd say pinching the punch for the first of the month, but
no, it is an old saying. How rare is a day in June? The reason being, June flies by so fast you don't even realize it's already gone before it is gone. It is sad because June has some of the most glorious days of the year, and it just
has the longest day.
Yeah, it has the longest day.
In fact, it has 2 longest days.
Yeah.
Well,
D-Day and the first day of summer.
Yep.
I have what is it? Yeah, we have our 2-year anniversary of me doing these streams is really the 2nd, but we're not doing anything on the 2nd. So the 3rd, this Wednesday, will be our, I guess I'll call it, our 2-year anniversary thing.
Heck yeah.
Celebrating it with King Arthur and Lancelot and Guinevere. Yeah. All that happy
Did you
stuff.
say Rancelot?
Lancelot.
He did say Rancelot. I was going to let it go.
Lancelot.
The rancid Lancelot.
Rancelot.
Oh, Rancelot. Ah, yeah. He's my favorite character.
I thought he was.
I say Rancelot, but
I thought he was making a point about Lancelot's character.
No, I tried to say Lancelot with an L at least. I don't know.
The rancid Lancelot.
Rancid.
The corrupted Lancelot.
Rancid. Okay, so
Money
should we
was
call it
talking
a
that
night,
tonight.
folks?
It is a night.
Tonight.
All right.
We're
Well,
talking
thank
about
you all
Lancelot,
for
so.
It is a night.
thank you for joining
Oh,
us
what a
all.
night.
Oh,
No,
look
I
at
said
me
it is a
singing
night.
now. Oh no.
Wednesday around
Right,
7:15 Eastern. We
69.
continue.
What a lady.
And finally, here are some completely gratuitous pictures of penises to annoy the censors and to hopefully spark some sort of controversy, which it seems the only way these days to get the jaded, video-setted public off their fucking asses and back in the sodding cinema.
No, I interrupted Colin. He was singing.
That's all right. That was just a 90.
Late December back in
69.
63.
69.
What
What
a
a
lady
special
was.
time for me.
What
What
a
a
lady,
lady,
what
what
a
a
night.
Yeah,
night.
Liza was right. It was 63.
I thought it was 69.
No, you're thinking of summer 69.
Actually, no, later, because it was 63. It has to be 63.
That's another
from me.
good song. In the summer.
Late December
of
back in 63. What a very special time for me.
Yeah, it has to be 61, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, what a lady. Oh, what a night.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Uh,
You know, I didn't
Farewell.
even know her name, but I knew nothing
No.
was ever going to be the same.